about American Dream training, okay? Because we train and we train hard so that when it's time to actually trade, we know what the hell we're doing.
You have now stumbled into AmericanDreamTrading.com, where we trade shares and options. I will show you about swing trading, long-term trading, dividend stocks, high-yield income stocks, covered calls, cash secure puts, diagonal and credit spreads, debit spreads. I will teach you everything there is to know about the entire market. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I can't believe I get paid to help all of you get paid. This is such a wild thing.
Woo! Welcome to the Aftermarket. American Dream Trading's Aftermarket. Guys, love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hold on. The Aftermarket. What is it? It is a lounge, basically to just relax, kick back. It's been created by traders for traders, so we can just get together and just talk about our day trading in the market, the good, the bad, and the ugly. It was founded by none other, our group, American Dream Trading, founded by none other than Chad Christian, who you saw in the intro of this video. Shout out to Chad. What's up, coach? Love you, buddy. I hope you are feeling better. Continue to take some time off. You deserve it. You need it. Your body is saying chill. Okay. We need you better. We need you at 100%. So we love you. Yeah, man. 30-year vet coach. Our coach is a 30-year veteran of the stock market. He's traded through every condition imaginable. I mean, I'm talking SARS, Rona, you name it, the .com, all the wars, Desert Storm, like now, whatever's going on, okay? So you name it, coach has traded through it. And the cool thing about it is he keeps all his strategies simple, so even a caveman could do it. I couldn't help it. I had to go there. But yeah, coach has created millionaires from people who have not ever traded a day in their lives. So he coaches everybody from the beginner to people who have over 30, 40 years experience in the market. Everybody gets learning from coach's strategies. So that's why we're here. We just like to talk about what we did throughout the day. If we made money, if we didn't make money, let's figure out how and why. Okay, so welcome everybody. Let me do roll call real quick. Who we got down there? L&T Motor. What's going on, L&T Motor? How you doing, buddy? Miguel Lara. Steve-O! Missed you yesterday. I said it anyway. What is going on? American Dream Trading runs on DD. That is Diesel Dan. What's up, bud? We got Bucket. Hey, Bucket. How you doing, buddy? Danny Hobbs, how are you, my brother? Scott Bennett, welcome. Welcome. And TJ. All right, everybody's probably still filtering in. Thank you for coming. We have switched the time, so everybody's probably still over in the Zoom call, but it is 4:30. It did run a little bit over last night, but I do have to cut it at 6:30 tonight because I have my other stream. So, hey, listen, that's neither here nor there. We're here to chill. Who do we have backstage? We got somebody backstage. Hello. Okay, guess not. So what we're going to do is like what we always do. We're going to go over coach's rules. But first, I got to put this up. What the hell went on at the end of the day? What went on at the end of the day? Look at this. You got SPY, you got AMD, you got Apple, you got Nvidia. They look like quadruplets. Look at those charts. Huh? What the hell happened today at the end in Power Hour? It truly was Power Hour today. They look identical. Everything. Look at those EWOs. Huh? If you were in a 2-minute EWO, which is one of Coach's most significant stellar strategies, then you were making money. You were printing at the end of the day, huh? Look at that. Look at those EWO bars at the bottom. Nothing says get out of this trade. Nothing. Nada. You printed. And if you didn't, you need your ass whipped. Okay? Coach is gonna slap you. So, welcome to the show. As usual, we usually like to go over Coach's rules first and foremost before we do anything. So we're going to go ahead and get started with that. First rule. Well, it's not on here, but Coach always says this first. Do not trade with real money. Okay. Don't trade with real money. Make sure you are using a paper trading account or some type of simulator. Okay. Paper trade, and don't lose more than 1 to 3% of your account. And you can practice that habit right there in paper trading. Do not lose more than 1 to 3% of your account, your entire account. Second rule. If you have more than 2 red days in a row, if your month is looking like this, don't be this guy. Okay, don't be this guy. What you need to do is stop trading and start training. Kick back, relax, get into some ebooks. You can even listen to a couple of audio books on YouTube, or what do they have? They have, what is it? The Disciplined Trader. Both Mark Douglas books are on YouTube. Trading in the Zone and The Disciplined Trader, not to mention an entire plethora of videos on the channel that you're on right now, American Dream Trading YouTube. Check out the playlist section. Anything you want to know about coaching strategies are in there. Not to mention, if you're a member, you've also got our free Discord to ask any questions that you want. Rule number 3. If you are not a master trader and a scalper, you do not need to be scalping. You need to be doing the 2-minute EWO, which is this strategy hones you in. Coach teaches us how to get in trades, out of trades, and everything in between. And the 2-minute EWO strategy is the perfect vehicle to do just that. Rule number 4. No more than 1 to 5 trades per day. If you do more than that, guys, you're over trading. And if you overtrade, you tend to revenge trade, especially if you have a loss in there somewhere. So don't revenge trade, don't overtrade. Just do 1 to 5 trades a day, because if you do that, you're going to end up trading against the market instead of in harmony with it. Okay? Rule number 5. Rule number 5 is one of the most important rules that we have. It is position size. It covers so many bases. When you have small position size, it allows you to stay in a trade longer and trade without fear and stress. Because why? You're doing risk management. You're going in with a small position size. Okay? You're not going to feel as crazy going in with 10 contracts as if you would if you went in with 50. All right, if you're doing options. Okay, so going with a smaller position size. Rule number 6. If you're not that familiar with options, trade shares. We have 2 people that have created themselves $1 million fortunes trading shares. You don't absolutely have to do options. So go to shares if options is not for you, and if you're not familiar with them. And very last but not least, as Coach always says, all trades are risky. So above all, remember to use your stops. We got somebody back here trying to get onto the panel. What's up? Is that Bucket? Hey, Bucket.
What's up? How's it going? Sorry.
It's going
Did
well.
I say it too
It's
loud?
going well.
Yeah, it is.
No,
It's a good day.
it's doing well.
With your 30
Yeah,
minutes
it's
earlier, though, with your 30 minutes earlier, you caught me on the way home today. But I know most people don't realize it's 30 minutes earlier, so I don't want Dawn just sitting up there by herself. So, how was your day today?
It was good. I'm sure you know why. We got a big, huge thing handled. So I'm so grateful and thankful to everybody for that. I'm so
happy.
Me too. It's and I tell you what, sometimes you gotta hit that rock bottom to realize what you don't. Even though technically the habit of what got me there changed 2 months ago, it's still disheartening. You know what I mean? When something like that happens. So, and the damage, unfortunately, had already been done in the first 6 to 7 months. So that's how that happened. Okay. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that's over with. And yeah, we'll be on the road soon. So thank you for all of your help with that. Yeah.
Hey, we love you, Dawn. Come on now.
I love you guys
So,
too, man.
so did you even get to trade today, or
I
you were focused
really,
on that?
yeah, I was focused on that. And I think I jumped in AMD, but, and I made,
Ooh.
yeah, I jumped in AMD and I made $16 and I was done. You know what I mean? It was just a really small position size because right now I want to get focused on getting things straight and I'm training, not trading right now
Right.
and making
Okay.
sure that I'm good to go. So I'm watching a lot in the mornings in the pre-market with what Nate's doing and the L2, and trying to decide when I'm gonna do shares because you know with that 2 day layover,
Yeah.
you got to
Yeah.
be, you'll look up and don't have any buying power, and I'm like, oh shit, that's right, that's 2 days. I'll be because I'm used to options, so I'm used to
Yeah.
having my stuff the next day.
And you know when you're not going to have the buying power is when you make a decision on one and you're like, this is where I'd buy it, and then it shoots up for you, and you're like, okay, great. That's when you'll know you don't have buying power, and you're like, great, at the prime opportunity, right? I mean, come on.
Right, right,
So yeah.
right.
Well, you really didn't miss much this morning, huh?
No,
Um,
I was in the Zoom call. I just didn't do a lot
yeah,
of
no, but
trading.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying is from a trading perspective, it was
Yeah,
ugly.
it's choppy. It was very
Oh,
choppy.
everything was up and down on VWAP a couple times. So if you tried to do a 2 minute, it stopped you out. I mean, it was ugly, right? And it was
Yeah,
only that turn around one my time, two your time, where we saw any consistency whatsoever, right?
yeah,
And I know you showed the graphs, and that was nice, but even then, because of the choppy morning, I was extremely hesitant, right?
yeah,
Because you didn't know what was going on, and one of coach's rules is what you don't get yourself in calls that far below VWAP, right? I mean, for 2 minute EWOers, right? You wait till it, and even when it turned green, it was still well below. So you had to be cautious. You didn't want to be risky, right? I mean, obviously, David and some of the others who are more advanced and experienced know that this is probably a true runner, but I didn't get in, heavy today at all,
yeah,
because it was below VWAP. Now, when it got above VWAP, yeah, it was great. But
yeah,
you missed half the run up to VWAP, unfortunately, um,
yeah.
for us newer people. And I I promised you all, including you, Don, last night, I would not do any scalps in the last 30 to 40 minutes, and I
Look at
didn't.
him. He's a
But
man of his word.
but I was so close to jumping into that Netflix with Mark. Okay,
I
I
know
was
Mark made that sound really
that close.
appetizing. He made it
Yeah.
sound really appetizing. But yeah,
I was like,
man,
oh. So
I'm glad you didn't. I'm
just
glad you didn't.
got of it.
But you know
Kept it
something, Bucket,
green.
too?
Didn't.
Yeah. You gotta pick your battles because every now and then it's okay to get in under VWAP if you know where your support and resistance are. So if you've charted it out and you see where the
Right.
second candle is way bigger than the first, it's telling you that the momentum is to your favor in the upside. And it's just a matter of time before it crosses over those lines anyway. So you did the right thing. When in doubt, it's below VWAP, so just don't take a chance. But when you get to a point where you're looking and you know those levels, like for instance, how David and Eric know those levels, how Coach knows the levels, they would have probably gotten in knowing, okay, well, the next level of resistance is VWAP. So
Right.
if it breaks
Yes.
and holds VWAP, I'll go ahead and get in. But sometimes they'll get in earlier, knowing that maybe that next line of resistance, the strong level, is a little bit past VWAP. So
Yeah.
it's got to
So
pass
what I
VWAP
did.
to get to it.
Right. So you know how Coach always says this is rolling downhill or rolling uphill when it's
Yeah,
going from down to positive. It's actually rolling uphill.
yeah,
So when it started doing that, and right when it changed to the green Evo is when I said, okay, I'm going to go in light, and I only went in with one or two contracts.
that's good.
Then it was green going above VWAP, I added a couple more,
Yep,
right? So, and then shed accordingly to the end of the day, which
to the
was
pullbacks. Yeah,
fine. But the interesting
Cool.
thing is, I watched all the charting videos, and for everyone in here tonight, just remember you have the pre-market, you have the Zoom call, you have the aftermarket. But anytime you got nothing to do, get into the Discord and watch those videos,
Yep.
and and learn, because I created some parallels based on one of Coach's and David's courses last night, and I literally used that same one all day with Apple. So if I was just confident that I was doing it right, I did it right. But if I was confident that I did it right, I would have been in with everybody else, because I brought that parallel line over on the first 4 candles, and it followed it to a T. And I was like, oh man, okay. And it did. It followed it up, and it went up, and it went up, and it went up. And I was like, oh, and it wasn't going on either side of the parallel. And that's the same exact one it used in the morning. And I was like, oh man, maybe I should have. But hey, you live and learn. But I'm not confident enough that my technical analysis is right yet, right? So
yeah, just keep back
I gotta
testing.
do that more often.
Keep back testing.
Exactly.
That's what David did. That's what he did before he jumped in full throttle. He did a lot of back testing, and just over and over again, and recorded his findings along the way, so that he could look back at his numbers and say, okay. And I've heard you do that. I heard you the other day where you said, I did 5 trades and this happened and that happened and that happened. So I said, okay, he sounds like David, where he's back testing everything and tracking it. So that's the only way to get better,
That's right. And it's now 15 and 2. 15
Woo!
and 2. 15 greens with 2 reds. So
way to go, man.
That's
way to go.
Keep that scorecard. Keeping that scorecard. And look, I need everyone that's watching your show, Dawn, to know I knew nothing about day trading prior to the instruction of Coach, and then obviously the assistance of the moderators. None. So achieving a 15 and 2 for anybody watching is absolutely 100% possible if you follow the rules and you put the effort in to learning a new skill. If you're jumping in and just willy-nillying it, and just, I mean, I heard some people talking about paper trading. I made 150, someone today, I can't remember where, was saying, I made $86,000 paper trading. Okay, now put your real money in and let's see what you do, because it's very easy to say, I'm going to put 100 contracts in NVIDIA at 1 o'clock in the afternoon when it's not real money. Yet if it drops 5%, you've just outed yourself about $15,000 that you wouldn't do something different, right? Paper trading is great.
That's a good point,
so
Bucket.
Practice
Listen,
what you
anybody
preach,
out
I think,
there,
is something you say.
Yeah, anybody that's out there that's listening to what Bucket just said, that is a huge point, because when you paper trade, you're supposed to, it's a simulator, which means it emulates reality, right? Do you really have $87,000 to trade? Then why would you do it in paper trading? What you need to do, and this is what Coach teaches, is put the amount of money in that you would put if it were real cash. You're starting your account, and trade as if you had the exact amount of money that you would actually be using. That way you'll get more realistic results of what will happen and what to expect. So that was a good point.
That's right. You're doing yourself a disservice by exaggerating account size. I'm just, because you see these lost, and I put the same amount in that I deposited, and I practiced with that for 2 weeks, and I thought, yay, I'm ready to go. And guess what?
You got caught in the matrix?
Guess what? It's real money, right? I mean,
Absolutely. So when you're ready to go switch over to real money, you actually have a little bit more. Now, let's call a spade a spade. There are some differences with fills and things like that, but the purpose of paper trading is to do just what Bucket is saying. Get your mindset around what to do in a trade, how you should be thinking, what mechanics need to happen for you to be successful in a trade, and watching the stock and getting used to it. That's another good reason to paper trade. It
Right.
helps you get you if you pick a stock
Yep.
and learn its habits. Okay, just like Bruno sat us
Yep.
down last week and said, "Hey, look, take a look at AMD at these times, all of these days."
Right.
It had the same
Mm-hmm.
habits those days. Not that the habits can't change, but trading is a game of probabilities. So all
Mm-hmm.
you're doing is looking at how many times it made this particular repetitive action. So it's
Right.
probable that it's going to do it again, but it's not definite. So the only thing definite in trading
Right.
is that at some point you will lose money. So be prepared for that. Okay.
Correct.
But you'll also succeed
Yeah.
if you have a set of rules and an edge that you're following. And that's what we have with Coach.
That's right. And practice those rules. They're not there for after you do something that's rule breaking. Follow the rules before you do what you're supposed to do. Go through those rules. Michael Barish posts them every morning in the Zoom call before we start. Just read them. Refresh your mind of what the rules are, right? I mean,
we go through them every night here before we start.
That's right. I would love to scalp, but if I scalp, I'm losing money. That's all there is to it.
Yep.
I'm just, not gonna do it. I'll scalp.
Rule number 3: if you're not ready to scalp, do the 2-minute EWO, which is the alternative to that. That teaches you how to sit in a trade longer. Shout out to Miranda. What's up, Murmur? Shout out to Brad James. Welcome, Brad. What's up, my brother? Shout out to Ken.
I'll be right back,
Bucket.
Young lady. I'm here.
All right, honey. Shout out to Ken Everett. Welcome. Shout out to Trader Vaughn. What's up, Trader Vaughn? Shout out to Steve Roberts. Shout out to Zen. What's going on, Zen, my brother? Shout out to Adib. Welcome, Adib. I know you. I know your voice anyway. And Stanley. What's up, Stanley? Stanley's been in here before. Linda L. What's up, sweetheart? Man, I miss you up here, Linda. You don't come up here as much anymore. All right. So this is our first class. Hey, guys, before we do anything else, please don't forget to hit that like button. It keeps everything going in the algorithm, keeps things smooth, keeps us growing. And don't forget, we are working our way towards 10,000 subscribers. All right. 10,000 is where we want to go. Right now, 8803 is where we're at. Okay, so everybody share the content, like, subscribe, and share. And let's get Coach up to 10,000 subscribers by Halloween. I know we can do it. You know we can do it. So let's get to it. Learn to trade and be on your way to becoming financially free. Go sign up now at AmericanDreamTrading.com, where all our services are easily accessible. And sign up is easy. Simply click the service you want and go. That's it. AmericanDreamTrading.com. The link to it is in the description of this video. If you are not familiar with it, go over there and check it out. We've got all kinds of discounts if you want to sign up. If you want to become a VIP, which is the absolute best membership that you can get. It includes hot stock picks. It includes monthly workshop classes. It includes daily master classes. Every day at 8:15, we get a one-on-one type style masterclass with Coach. It is absolutely amazing. He does pre-market ideas with us where he breaks down charts and tells us what to expect in the market so we can hit the ground running at the bell. Also, what also is included in that is what did I say? Hot stock picks, right?
Trading view indicators.
Trading view indicators. Thank you, Bucket. Trading view
That's
indicators will tell you basically when the stock's going up, when it's going down, when to get in, when to get out. Okay? Takes the guesswork out of everything. So you can't beat that. You know what I wanted to talk about? Something that we touched on in the pre-market. If you let fear overtake your mind in trading, you will never realize fear of loss stifles the ability to gain. Okay? Think about that. Fear of loss stifles your ability to recognize your gains. What do I mean by that? Well, coach says always go in small. Why do you think he says that?
So you psychologically, right, can't lose a lot of money, right? And
Absolutely.
because of that, you reduce your fear and you'll stay in longer where the real payday is, right?
That's what the
So
2-minute EWO is all
I'm
about,
with you.
Bucket.
I think that's something I'm still overcoming, Dawn.
I do
I
too.
think that's
I
something I'm
think
still
I'm
overcoming, Dawn.
Dude, Bucket, you know
So
what? A lot of
that
people are, my friend. A lot of people are. A lot. That is probably more common than any other
yeah.
issue in trading, because it causes fear causes people to overtrade. It causes them not to trade at all. It causes them to jump out of trades too early. It causes them to stay in too long. So either way, you've got to learn how to get your mindset around staying in a trade, getting in at the proper time, and getting in with confidence. Don't let fear of loss stop you from achieving all that you can gain, guys. Okay, learn the 2-minute EWO strategy. It is geared right around teaching you when to get in without fear for two things: small position size, and you have an edge that tells you exactly when to get in the trade. That's the hardest part. Wouldn't you agree, Bucket?
Yes, absolutely.
The entry is the
Absolutely.
hardest part. You know what I mean? So
100%.
if you can get in, don't cherry pick. If everything lines up, like Bucket just mentioned a little while ago, that he had a trade where he had both candles. The second candle was bigger than the first, but it was under VWAP. Okay. There are certain scenarios where that may not be a good trade to get into, because we all know that under VWAP is a bearish sign. So if you're trying to get into a call, you don't want to be getting into a call below VWAP. However, if you have confidence because you've charted it out and you know that the next strongest level of resistance is above VWAP, take a chance. Don't cherry pick it, because if you wait and be afraid of loss, you'll miss your gains. Okay, so chart things out. Do your homework on that stock.
Yep.
And you will be able to stop losing money. You'll have no fear of
And
loss, because you'll know where that stock is going. And you will have a small position size, so you won't be all willy-nilly with the mouse. Go ahead, Bucky. You were going to say
yep.
something?
And
Hey,
Dawn,
Ralph, I'm sorry.
this
Wait a minute,
is
hold
where
up.
the
Ralph,
training
what's up, man?
Dawn. Yep.
Go ahead, baby. Go ahead,
Oh,
Bucket.
what's going on? I
No,
muted.
what I
My
was going
bad.
to
I was
say
muted.
is you're exact. All right. Cool.
Go ahead, bud.
We got a
Go.
delay.
I'll finish this. Yeah, I'll just finish this one quick statement. This is where the training comes in, because the whole reason I didn't get into an EWO today was because I didn't have confidence in my own skills that what I created was correct. But the only way you're going to know if it's correct is to either paper trade it or get into a trade with less contracts or a smaller size and watch what happens, because obviously the best training is experience, right? And that's something,
Yes.
Ralph, you've been helping me with, because you can overanalyze a trade to death, y'all. You can have 15, 20 different lines, do this and that, but if you don't become convicted that what you've done is correct, and then that's a justifiable reason for you to get in, you can never evaluate it afterwards of, did I do it correct or didn't I not?
Right.
If I didn't, what do I need to do differently? And that helps you improve.
Overthinking it.
You're rolling downhill, learning, right?
Here's my
Right,
thing,
Ralph?
too. There's
Yep.
no way that you're ever going to go into a trade without the probability that you might lose money. Every trade is risky, every one of them.
Each
So
one of
if
them.
you know
Bingo.
that going in, try to minimize your risk as much as possible. First, go in with a smaller position size so that you can sit in it longer, and set your stop loss. Okay, set your stop loss for 25 to 40%. Doesn't mean you need to keep it that way or let it go all the way to 40. But if you give it room to breathe and then go up, at least you're protected. You're not going to lose 100% of that trade like so many people do who don't use stop losses. So that should give you the confidence to be able to go in when you need to go in and sit in that trade for as long as you need to sit in it. And then, of course, once it starts moving up, move your stop loss up. But that's neither here nor there. Just get in. You know, like you said with the lot, you can't win unless you play. You know?
And you can find a reason not to get into any trade anytime at any position. The question is, have you done all the best estimates, calculations, and analysis to say this is when I should get in? And then get in. Again, whether it's paper trading or it's real trading.
The cool thing is, if you haven't done all that analysis, Coach has such a simple structure with the 2-minute EWO that you can almost use it. You can use it as a cheat code. Okay, the second candle's bigger than the first. It's above VWAP. It's above the MA 200. It's above the 21. It's above the EMA 55. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get in. I don't know my levels, and chances are, who knows? Yeah. I'm gonna hope it rides up. But that's where the support and resistance comes in. If you know your levels and know it's going to come right back then, you might want to wait before you get into that EWO.
Yeah, you're exactly right. It is funny how on day one, Dawn, when I was doing the 2-minute EWO, I was nervous when it was just above VWAP, right? Now I don't even think about it. Okay. Is it above VWAP? VWAP. Is the second candle bigger? Yep. Boom. Bye. Done. Move on.
Yeah.
It's the
That's
ones
your confidence
now below.
Right there.
Yeah, so you mature when you train on paper or in real life. You mature as you do more and more trades, right? And that's something Ralph's great at. He's like, Bucket, stop talking. Just trade. Stop asking questions. Get in the trade and watch it. Now,
there it is.
For everybody watching, we are not saying go in and trade every call out, train for everything. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about if you are focused, if you're following Coach's rules, if you're looking at what you're doing prior to jumping in. One of Coach's videos, one of his oldest videos I rewatched last night, was extremely powerful. And it's the one, Dawn, and you did a lot of talking in that video, which was hysterical. Because at one point, Coach was like, he was teaching about the EWO, saying, don't get out, shed here, and you interrupted him twice in the recording going, okay, when do I get back in? And Coach's response was...
I remember that.
Yeah, the Coach's response was...
When do I add?
Yeah, when do you add? And his response was, Don, I can't get people to stay in longer than 10 seconds. I'm not worried about when people add. Right?
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember
That's in the recording. That's in the recording.
I remember that. I know that video you're talking about.
And I would recommend if anyone has a crisis of confidence, if anyone has an issue, watch that. That video is 22 minutes long, and it talks about scalping and EWO all in one, talks about trending, your expectations. Because I think, Don, I got a little lazy last week. And what I would do is I do my trend lines in the morning and, just say, okay, these are my resistance levels and stops and all that kind of stuff. And then I would trade based on those. When this also teaches you, no, you need to be creating those lines during the day because the most recent information is the most important, right?
Absolutely.
So I would recommend anyone that's having not a crisis, but, questioning themselves. Look, I promise you the tools are there. Use them. Please just, go to the Discord, go to the YouTube. The videos are there to strengthen your resolve, to assist you with what you're doing, and to give you the confidence that you're making the right decision. But the only way you're going to know is if you do it, right?
That's it. That's it. You can't sit by and keep looking at it. That's the purpose of getting in with a small amount of money and
Yep.
only one or two only like two contracts, or like because if you just go ahead and get in, okay, well, this is, I got into Apple a couple of times with two $15 contracts. I'm not crying over $30. I've lost way more than that in a trade in a few minutes.
Yeah.
So bottom line, and I'm just going to say something completely rogue, even though I don't do this. Even if I didn't have a stop loss, $30 is the most I can lose there.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to get out of that trade. I'm like, no, I'm going to use this small amount of money to practice. Now, of course, I did set stop losses. I set my
Right.
stop loss for, I think, 15. I went 50%. I was willing to lose half of it and
Right.
also give that chance to breathe, right? And then once I got up, because I got up to about $45 and I had the stop loss moved up to like 25. You know what I
Right.
mean? So I was almost, no, actually I moved it up to 30. I was at 100% at that point.
Right.
So, and that still gave it $15 worth of breathing room.
There you go.
That's a while. And I had already made that a free trade. I had doubled my money. So at
Exactly.
that point, if I had to shave anything, I'm already set. I'm good. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So get in small. That's why he's saying get in small instead of being scared to trade at all. Get in small.
And
Yeah,
Hey,
when you're
we
not
I
have a
sure,
think
use
scratch
your
that
daddy
going
toe.
on.
yeah.
There you go.
Well, in to your point, Don, I think I would recommend another advice that Coach gives for people who are trying to master the 2 minute EWO
Yeah.
is get into Apple or Ford, not because of their movement, but because of the price of the option. Because Apple is somewhere around $1, let's say, or down to 15 cents. An entire contract is $100, between 15 and $100, right? If you
Yeah.
jump into a Tesla or an Nvidia, one contract could be $500 to $700, right? So that fear and that anxiety when it doesn't go your way at the start gets amplified by the fact that you're seeing a bigger red number. And you shouldn't be looking at the numbers anyway. You should be
Right.
looking at what's going on.
You should
But
be
that's
looking at the
why
trade.
Apple is awesome, right? Um,
Absolutely.
you bought two contracts for $30, right? You
$15 a
couldn't get
piece.
you couldn't get a quarter of one contract of Tesla or Nvidia for $40. Okay,
Right,
you just
right.
couldn't. And so what are you learning? I mean, nothing really,
You're
because you're
spinning
too
your
scared
wheels.
to
And with Apple,
move.
you're going to get more traction than you would with trying to do a $15 contract with Tesla. Good luck with that moving today. You might get some movement tomorrow on that thing if it moves
Yep.
up 10 points. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, you want to also, if you're going to go in small like that, make it a stock that's going to give you some traction, like a Soxel, like a
Yeah.
CCL, like an
I'm with you.
Apple, Yeah.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
I'm still here, but four other people have joined, so I'll let you
Yeah,
introduce
yeah,
and talk to
yeah.
them.
Ralph, did you trade today?
Yeah, a little bit. I had, I was trading good last night, and then my brokers started acting up. It was saying something about can't connect the trading view. That just
Yeah.
that just had me disgusted for the whole day. For you, I ain't gonna lie. I was like,
Wow.
I just took a nap. I was like, you know what? But the trade that I had on, I had to go to the phone. That didn't
Yeah.
look right. I went to the web browser. I had the stop loss in. I drug it down and set a trailing stop. It worked out though. After I woke up, that was a good trade. All the trades, all of them was good. Then,
Cool.
yeah, I had got a pick six. Shout out to Nate for the call out. I think it was like CUNU something like that. And I used the order book. It came down there and picked me up. It wasn't number 10 shares. It really wasn't about number. It was the pick six for the win. Telling he came down, picked me up,
Pick six,
shot up,
baby.
sold me off. What else I had traded? I think I did like a couple of pellets. Oh, I had a Mara trade. Well, that wasn't really a trade. That was just pure luck by the market right there. Cause I was trading Mara yesterday, and like
Right.
when I be going up with the shares, I drag the stop up
on them, and I just left. At the end of the day, I thought it had sold off on its own, but it didn't. So it was
Yeah.
still it was still there. It never got tapped out. When I woke up,
Wow.
it was 10% up. I said, "What the heck?" Because at first I was like, "Man, I got a market share. Like, where did share come from?" And it
Right.
was like up
Right.
9%, and then so I drugged the stop once the market opened up, and
Nine
that
percent, man.
one
That's
went off.
nothing to see. That's good.
Yeah,
So
one
Ralph,
share ain't nothing really.
you got to
That was a
explain
mistake.
this whole AMD thing. You were blowing up chat this afternoon about the resistance at 100.6. Were you in it?
Oh well, I got AMD in my Robin, AMD in my
Okay.
term.
Y-
Yeah, so I'll
Hey,
be
Uh,
Nate.
following
Hey,
all
Ariel.
those. In my long
Hey,
term, like towards the end of the day, after I get done trading or whatever, I come back and I have like Apple. I think I called them off. It's like a couple of. It's mainly the ones that everybody trade, and I just like it's a long term account. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I just add to it, you know.
I
And
just
so
saw you
yeah,
chatting
AMD,
away in chat.
yeah,
I was like,
AMD, AMD had a good day, didn't it? AMD had a really good
Yeah, it
day.
did. Look how it finished out.
Apple did too. Yeah, Apple did. I be talking to Bruno a lot about AMD. A lot of people trade it, so
Look
I
at that.
follow it.
Look how the day finished out with SPY, Apple, AMD, and Nvidia. That's
And yeah, so they
crazy.
be getting the move, you know.
and
They look. All
everybody
of
that
them
does
are.
the
They're almost identical.
and anybody that does the 2-minute EWO, there were entry points along that whole way. There wasn't a place you
Mm-hmm.
couldn't get in. So
They did a
that
head,
was
inverse head and shoulders.
It did.
My
That
bad,
makes
Bucky, for
sense. So
cutting you
that's
off.
that's bullish, right?
Yeah, it did. It was like an upside down head and shoulders. Yep.
Yeah,
And
which
the
is usually
breakout of the
bullish.
neckline was where it went all the way up. You know.
Yep. So
What's
Nate,
going
tell
on,
me
Nate?
about it. Did you
uh,
get over the Did you end up doing something in Power Hour?
no, I didn't do anything. I just call it a day today.
Did you?
Yeah,
One of those days.
yeah, I wasn't feeling it. I don't know. I just got a little aggravated with the market today, so I just call it a day and come back to again.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. There
that's
Yeah,
you
you know
go.
what?
yeah,
That's that's discipline for you because you have some
Mm-hmm.
people that would stay in it and trade and trade and trade and continue to lose money. So,
hmm,
there's a lesson in that. We're talking to Nate, who is one of our millionaires in this organization, and even if he can say, "Listen, it just wasn't there today, so I left it alone." That's what you
yeah,
call taking control of a situation and not
yeah,
letting it take control of you. So good deal, man. I don't blame you. I would have done it too. I've done it, you
mm.
know.
Yeah. It's that chasing.
So
That chasing got me today.
yeah,
Mm.
which is a good reason to pull away. When you
Yeah,
catch yourself check, because I heard you this morning, you're like, damn it, I did something I shouldn't have done. And that's 2 days in a row I've heard you say that. So I see what you did. You pulled yourself away from it.
yeah, it was
That's
too
cool.
bad. Yeah,
We learn
yeah,
all kinds of lessons. We've seen Coach do that too. When Coach needs some time away, he'll say, "You know what? Nope, I got to step back." That's why you guys are pros, man. That's why
yeah.
you guys are pros. You know when you've had enough and when to step back.
In the
So
morning,
It
we
good
take
can.
deal.
discipline though.
It
Yeah, we can
does.
do it
It
again.
takes strength. It takes strength
Mm-hmm.
to resist,
Yeah,
to
You ain't gonna have
abstain from
every
trading.
day ain't gonna be a green day. So if somebody telling you
Yeah.
you can be green every day, unless they
hmm,
just telling you to like invest in some like treasury bond or something, run away.
Because Nate, I don't
yeah.
mean no harm. You had to leave
Run
something for
away.
somebody else, brother. You've been taking $10,000 a day out of the market for how long? You
They
needed to
have been
leave
killing
something
it.
for somebody
He
else.
have been killing it.
Yeah, but
Somebody else had
it's
to make that money because you
yeah.
come here, give me that, give me that, give me that.
But it was
Nate
aggravating
gets it.
today. By the time I looked at my journal, I had been in like 10 different stocks, and I'm like, I have not done
Oh,
that in over a year. What
What
the
made you do
world?
it?
Mm.
What made you do it?
Chasing. Everybody was doing the call outs, and I wasn't thinking at the
Hmm.
time. I was just.
Okay.
It's almost like I wasn't trading. I was just out of
Like you were
control.
brand new at it.
Yeah, yeah. I was out of control. I'm telling you. Yeah.
Wow.
So I finally, when I came to grips with it, I was like, "Oh my God, I'm down $700. Let me stop right now."
Yeah.
Hmm. So I
I was
just
one.
walked
I
away.
started to text. I'm like, I wonder if he got out of, if he pulled himself out of that hole. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm like,
No.
nah.
Yeah.
But you
Uh-uh.
did the right thing. You pulled away.
Yeah, I did. And then when I tried to come back at 3 o'clock, I saw the market was doing the same thing, and I was like, "No, this ain't no need of me gambling. Let me just go on and do something else today."
So,
Yeah.
and you know what? Sometimes, some days it's not meant to be traded.
Right.
You know, some days it's not meant. My mom used to have a saying when Jen and I had our business, and we would go out late at night picking up food for people. And she said, you know, you ladies be careful out there. Every dollar ain't meant to be got.
Right. Yeah.
So even though I didn't agree with it at the time, because I just have that hustle mentality, I
Hmm.
see what she means by that. There's times when you got to step away, and you can't let the greed and FOMO take over.
Yeah. And then on top of that, what even made it worse was I didn't take my withdrawal out of my account. So it did something to me mentally to make me think that I could trade off of house money, and I end up losing
Right,
$1,000 of the house money. So I'm like, oh no,
right.
stop
Uh
this
oh.
mess right now. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
That's really big, Nate, because
yeah,
whenever you have a big win, exactly what you just said, and then I go so far. I used to not trade the next day because I'd be like, man, every time I have a good day, the next day ends up being a bad day for some
Give it
reason.
back.
Like you know
yeah,
what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I take it out.
yeah.
I'll take a break. you
Yep.
know.
Ariel, what you think about that?
Actually, I was early in the morning with you guys, and just like I report the good days, I gotta report the bad days too. I
Mhm.
gotta say, I was with Nate and IMBO this morning. I didn't trade anything but that stock. I gotta give compliments because I've been listening to you guys level two, level two, level two. As soon as I got into the trade, I realized, oh man, I went in too heavy and I put 10,000 shares and I was making $300 right away. I should have taken it and be done with it.
Yeah.
It dragged me through the mud. It was
Yeah.
Oh,
bad. It was really bad. And
Yeah.
wow.
yep, and I gotta tell you, and a few of you guys knew that I was in it, and they're asking me, "Ariel, you in it?" And I'm like, "Yep, yep," and it's going like whoop whoop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a pre-market trade area.
Yeah, yeah. This is a pre-market
Which ticker
trade.
was
Yeah.
it?
I started, as a matter of fact, that's IMBO. I started at 7,
Yeah.
and I can't trade before 7 because I use TD.
Hmm.
So I gotta say, I read the level twos that you guys been talking about, and Nate has been teaching, and I'm like, level two. Oh, there's a big block of people here trying to buy it. There's a big block of people here trying to buy it. But I gotta tell you, it got nasty. It went. I saw my account go $3,700 on the whole. I'm
Oh
like,
no.
oh, I,
Mm.
Whoa.
Yeah,
I
you
was
went
like,
in
wow,
big. Yeah, you went in
yeah.
big.
That's what I
Yeah.
said,
Hmm.
Nate. I was like, I said, man, I'm taking the black and blues here. They're dragging me through the mud today. So,
Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
but at 8 o'clock, it just shot up, and I'm like, okay, whatever you want to give me. I knew it was gonna go because the orders started pouring in like
Right.
one after the other, one after the big blocks of orders. And I'm like,
Hmm.
you know what? Look, there's sellers over here parked at camped out at 2. I'm not going to 2. So I got out as soon as I saw like $100. I was like, I'm out. You know. So I
Yeah.
Hmm.
still made. I hang like a champ in there. I know it was, and Nate, thank you, because I know that you say sometimes you got to take a loss, right? And that was
Right.
huge, but I wasn't gonna take that loss.
Yeah.
So
So you were
so I
3,700 down and ended up 100 up.
right, but then
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
as soon as I obviously coach and everybody started trading, and I forgot what I got into, and it was something similar that happened to me today. No matter what I did, all my trades went completely against me. So I end up $1,000 in the hole anyways for the day. But tomorrow's another day. I walked
Yeah.
away in lunchtime, and I went to take care of a couple of things, and I'm listening to Bruno and Mark, and I'm like, oh, and all this other, and they say, oh, it's raining, and I'm thinking, man, the minute I walk away, the market went down or something, and they were talking about regular rain. I'm like, oh man, you guys are playing with me, man.
Wow.
The area. Listen,
I,
one thing that I about the pre-market, and I'm bringing it up for a reason though. The stop loss thing is no stop loss, and the reason why I bring it
right.
up is Nate. I did one of your numbers when I ran the pick six. It was during the regular
Mhm.
market because you called it after the market was open. You was like, Coach, and you called the symbol CN or whatever it was. You was like, it got a low float. I went and checked it out. So it didn't
Mhm.
really have a lot of volume, so I put the order down there anyway. And it took a while for the order to get up there. I did not realize that I wasn't trading without a stop loss until I got ready to
Oh
sell the
God.
thing. Like, I'm like, wait a minute, I could have had a stop
Mhm.
loss there the whole time. And so I'm used to doing it in the pre-market. And so I'm saying that for twofold, I feel when Nate coming from when he be like with the stop loss, because I'm watching it the whole time to go up to the get out point or whatever.
Mhm.
But the pre-market is dangerous. You don't have no stop losses. And so I could have just
Correct.
been, instead of just watching it the whole time, I could have just set the stop and just came back when I looked at some other stuff after it came or whatnot. But yeah, pre-market is not easy. Like,
It's no joke. It's no joke.
yes, yes, that
It's no
thing can
I
joke.
come
And if
down
you're
and
not
got
Yeah.
downhill
prepared for it,
countdown quick.
yeah, if
I
you're
got
not
to add.
prepared, you will lose money.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I got to add that I felt like what Bucket said yesterday. Man, I put the trade, it went positive. All of a sudden, the thing started going negative. I'm like, I should have gone the other way.
Yeah. Yeah. You notice Bruno didn't let me have my Buckets 1 hour of scalp training today. I'm gonna pop that up there.
Oh,
You
you
know.
tried it, Bucket? I had left during the power hour. I had to go
Yeah.
take
So
care of
Yeah.
some
Ariel,
errands and stuff.
Yeah.
Ariel, the interesting thing was I was listening to the Zoom because it was my lunchtime here, and I heard what you said because they said, "Oh, it's raining," and you're like, what?"
I
And
freaked
oddly
out,
enough,
man.
about 15 minutes later, when you got off because you said you're in your car.
Yes.
15 minutes later was when everything hit at its double bottom and reversed.
Mm.
And it was,
Oh,
I
wow.
Mhm.
literally was thinking about you when it was climbing up, like, oh my gosh, Ariel can't see this. He's in his car. It was
Yep.
literally 15 minutes after you made that statement that everything reversed.
Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
glad that you guys made money.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, man. I trust me. If anybody feels your pain, I do. So, um,
No,
Oh
but
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if you heard what I just said. I sweated bullet this morning. I got into IMBO early, like around 7 o'clock in the morning, and that thing dragged me through the mud after making money. So I was like, oh no, and
yeah,
up
yeah,
to eight.
I heard the
I
whole
was
thing. I
sitting
was
in
in
the
there. So,
okay.
yeah,
8 o'clock
dude,
in the
I
morning.
really,
I was,
I tried doing the funny thing. You'll laugh because Nate finally clarified it this morning in the pre-market. Was because it's like an hour earlier than y'all. I can, I should be able to get up, but I don't.
Yeah.
I thought he traded in the aftermarket. And for the last 3 days, you all remember I kept telling you I can't get this L2. And it's because I was doing aftermarket. And Nate clarified, no, 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 no. I'm in the power hour. And if I have to go into aftermarket, I go into aftermarket
Mhm.
because there is some volume for like that first hour. But I was always going into we'd get
yep.
off this show and I'd go into the aftermarket and get in and watch it come down to me. It'd never pop back up because there was no volume. right? Everybody's done for the day. So learn my lesson.
Yeah.
And I appreciate Nate's advice. And there we go.
No aftermarket. Don't do that. That's bad business.
Yep.
A
It's
big part of the L2 trading is the rise in volume.
You know what? That's so funny you guys said that because I just literally looked at a note that I had made this morning to talk about, which I said this morning to Nate when he and Christina were talking about it, I think. And then it just came in my head. I said, you know what? No, it was him and Noonie. It was you and Noonie. I said, volume is the gas that's in the tank. Remember me saying that? And that's how I look at it. Just like Coach always says, gamma is hitting the gas pedal. Hey Ted, how you doing, bud?
Hey everybody.
Hey,
Yep.
Ted.
Hey. Said that gamma is the gas pedal that makes the stock move at the rate that it moves. Well, volume is the gas in the car. If there's no volume in a stock, it's not gonna move. If there's no gas in the car, it's not gonna move. So yeah.
I like to add something. This is why I said nothing worked for me today. Because the way I like the volatility is like I would love for the entire day to be the volatility in the first hour of the market, right? Because I think it's crazy, right? And even if you did something wrong, you can still reverse and go the opposite way and still make money, right? If you're a little advanced, right? I hate it when it comes to midday, and these are my aside from the rules that I have to learn from you guys and the coach and all that, right? I also apply additional rules to me. If you're trading before noon, I will pick the contracts that are expiring in the day, but after noontime, I'll flip to tomorrow or a week later. I will not, because the liquidity and the gamma and all that stuff starts eating your option alive, and it's very difficult to make money even sometimes when you are at the money, right? So
and you're talking about what, SPY?
It doesn't matter what it is. To me, it doesn't matter what it is. Oh, if
it's got to be SPY, because there is no tomorrow on anything. Like SPY is like a daily.
Yeah, you're right. On SPY, you can trade daily.
QQQs.
Yeah. It's a couple of them that do daily.
That you can do daily.
Yeah, but
man, you're right.
Typically by 11:30, I'm already flipping the little thing, change the date to tomorrow. If you make a mistake and you forget that, I don't trade anything that has to do within that day after 11:30. You're looking for the world of trouble. On SPY, what's it going to cost you? An extra 50 cents for an option for tomorrow, and you still have the ability to, if you get yourself in trouble, to get out.
Yep, that
You're
is
not
one of
spinning your
Coach's
wheels
rules.
because Theta's eating you up.
Yeah, the Theta will give you a black and blue after 12 o'clock, and Fridays, Ralph is right. After Fridays, oh my God, I think they start like at 9:31. Let me beat you up. It's Friday. Yeah.
Hey,
what's going on
today, buddy? Yeah, what's up, Nate? What happened?
When somebody calls your phone, does it kick y'all out of the stream?
Yes.
Sometimes, yeah.
Oh yeah, man, it does it real bad. It kicks me out every time.
Yeah.
I never stream from the phone though.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I always wait because my phone kind of old. I'm working one of them
Yeah,
old,
if you jump in on your phone and you get a phone
phones.
call, it'll knock you out of the stream if you're on your phone.
Yeah, I'm on my phone. I have an iPhone, but I used to have a flip phone. Don't think how old I
am. You just answered
we were talking about that. Ted, you seem pretty happy today.
Yeah, I had a pretty good day.
Were you in NVIDIA?
It is so funny. I'm gonna show you my my picture here.
Picture.
How about check this picture out? Bam!
Damn.
Isn't that crazy? What they did at the end of the day?
This is the Google at the end of the day. I felt like it was giving me the finger.
Yeah, it was. It was.
I was like, "Thank you, Google."
Yeah, and we paid Google to do that, Ted.
Yeah,
give me the finger.
Wow.
I'm so glad that we could be doing business together.
Hey,
No,
That's
oh,
pretty
now
good.
you got Bruno sitting behind you. That's
Straight up
really
the
nice.
phone.
Now you
Wow.
have
Yeah.
Bruno
What,
behind
Google
you.
had earners or something? Did they have earnings or something? Like why?
They
Why
had
is it?
earnings and it wasn't well received.
Hey, Ted.
Mm,
Ted,
Mm.
Yeah.
could you expound on something you said in the close to the end of the market? You had intimated that the move this afternoon, specifically for Apple, was something that you had traditionally seen in the past. Now, I've only been here a month and a half, month and a half.
Yeah.
I had never seen it do this from that for the rest of the day.
Actually, if you talk to the guys that play Apple a lot,
it does it a
they've
lot.
they've reinforced this that it can get really, really choppy. But every once in a while, it's like whoever was hedging and playing it just gives up, and then it just goes solo, and it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
Mitch
it
used to
does it.
say it all the time. After it's
Yeah,
done its choppiness, it'll pick a direction, whether it be up or down. I've made
and
money
just
off of
run.
Apple with the put doing that at the end of the day or about a little bit, maybe 2 o'clock ish, straight
And
down,
and
all
by
the
the
way to the
way, I
sun.
mean, if you take a look at, if Dawn wants to show her screen, but if you guys want to take a look at the Apple chart today, it was ugly, right? But if
Oh,
you
this
Yeah,
play,
morning, Ted, was a disaster.
but
Just a disaster.
but
that long
here's
run wasn't even
here's
up.
where I would offer some advice.
I can try to pull up Weeble Tag. Give me a second while you guys are talking. I'll try to pull
What
that
I
up.
will
Look,
offer
Ted
some
mentioned that.
advice is when it gets that way, go out to the 5 minute,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right?
Really?
Because yeah, some of these battles at the VWAP suddenly disappear when you go to a 5 minute. It's
I'm
so
going to
funny.
pull it up right
Yes,
now while you're talking. Keep
Yeah.
talking.
Bucket,
So
don't tell me
Ted,
you have never heard me say that.
No, I've heard you
Ted, I
say the
heard you
five
mention
minute,
it.
but that is normally when we're in it. You
Yeah,
wouldn't use the five
Yeah.
minute to enter, would
Well, I
you?
trade the 5 minute
no,
period.
definitely
I
not.
trade it,
No, not
but
to enter,
I
but at
want to be
least to get
clear.
at least to get a
2 minute is the
better
best
picture
entry.
of what's going on, right?
I trade the 5 minute. But listen, Ted, I heard you mention it. Apple had that strong move up, but like for the day, like I mean, I'm pretty sure they went higher. But at the time when you mentioned, he was like they just not making a green day, like for they like the percentage gain for the day. It was just
Yeah,
not breaking above like
yeah,
30% or something like
that's the
that.
thing is you're all excited
Yeah,
about it, and then you take a look at it was up 25.25% for the day.
yeah, people that's not even, people who don't really trade, they just not looking at it like, okay, Apple is having a green day today. Like, and we already been in the up move half the doggone day. Well, you know what I'm saying? It went down
Which,
to the bottom. And
which
it
is
just,
actually really good because if you go to Apple tomorrow, it's as if today never happened. You
Why
think
is
about
that,
it,
yep.
Ted?
right?
Is that the behavior of the stock then?
Well, it's just because there wasn't such an impact of the day, right? It's basically flatline between yesterday's close of market and today's close of market, basically the same. So, a case could be made that, if you are bullish on Apple, that just goes over tomorrow and you see what they give you tomorrow. But that, I mean, Apple's been down considerably. If you do if you
Right,
go
right.
back to your memory banks on why Apple's down, does anybody know why we're down below 200?
No.
Well, they
It
went
was
to what?
rumored that the Chinese government was imposing, rules that government workers could not use the
Oh,
iPhone,
yeah. Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
right,
Yep.
right,
Ah,
right.
that's right.
Yeah.
and
Okay, okay.
that rumor went away.
Mm-hmm.
And over, I mean, if you're listening to the news, you're hearing a drip, drip, drip. Hey, the iPhone sales are actually doing pretty well. People were waiting in line, they're back ordered. All this stuff, and yet nobody's responding to it. So in my mind, that just says that there is a bull case to be made sometime, and one of these days you're going to be in there, and it's going to go up, 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 and it's not going to stop. And so the reason why I say to look at the 5 minute is that when you go to the 5 minute, it smooths things out and it gets you and it reminds you that even if you're in a bad channel trade, at least you're in it, right? Because if
Mm-hmm.
you're in a bad channel trade and you feel like, oh, I'm only up 5% or only up 10%, but the good news is should it just go and run, you're going to be in it, and you're going to be in it,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't have to have a big position. You'll be able to make a nice return on even a small investment if you stay in it. So,
Right.
I,
Another
you
I
thing
know,
I
did notice.
choppy shouldn't be bad news. Choppy should just be a reminder that that's why we have to be in these channel trades. We're not in the channel trades, I don't think, to make money off it. By the way, it's hard to make money off of channel trades with Apple, especially, just sometimes the spread. It's really, you'd have to time it perfectly to make a lot of money off of a
Yeah.
channel trade with Apple. But the whole point is to be in there, right?
right.
Yeah,
Another thing
I did
is
notice. Oh, sorry, Rob. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, it's gonna be real quick. Another thing with Apple, on them down days, every now and then you'll get one where they go straight down. But when it starts to chop, that just seems like people be seeing it at a good price. They buying it and putting it in their portfolios. Apple have a lot of bag holders. What I mean by bag holders is like
Yeah.
people who buying it for they see a good price and so they getting shares to put away for a long time.
So there was a point today where I actually went to. I mean, I was in on some scalp trades, but I saw that it was going in the upside. And there's a point where I just said, "Okay, I'm looking at everything in 5 minutes for the rest of the afternoon because I'm tired of this." And it was just so
Yep.
calming. Even that battle at the VWAP with Apple, when you go out
Yeah.
5 minutes, it
I'm telling you.
it pretty
I
it,
traded
it
the
I
kind of
5 minute
that
too.
was
resolved
just
itself.
entertainment right there.
But at the 2 minute or the 1 minute, you're like, "Oh my God, is it ever going to break over VWAP?"
Yeah,
It kind of goes
exactly.
away when you expand it out.
Nope, exactly with you, bro.
Mhm. Yeah, I traded ever since Coach had us go to 5 minute one day. Like he made us. I can't remember
Yeah,
if it was
so the
for like a
5 minute
whole
is to
week or a
calm
whole
you
day.
down for exit. But I noticed
Mhm.
someone in
But
the
yeah,
comments, I think it was Arlo, maybe, said you can trade with the 5 minute on the EVO. No, it was Miranda. So
yeah,
It's
you
yeah.
can
also
use the
He
five
won't
minute
work
to
for
go
me
to
actually
all the
back
time for
EVO.
tested.
that.
David back tested the 5 minute
Mhm.
in his testing and found that it was pretty good. It wasn't as good as the 2 minute, but
Mm-mm. That's
it
what I
was
wanted to
surprisingly
clarify.
effective.
I trade the 5 minute, but the best entry is the 2 minute ERO. So the best way to
Yeah,
do it
exactly.
is entry with the 2 minute, and then you know what I mean. Then move to the
And then
five,
calm
and
your
you
nerves
can
by
cut
going
down
to the
on the
5 minute.
noise.
Yeah. And by the
Yeah,
way,
Right.
at the
see, right
most,
now we're in a 2 minute, right? But if you take it to the five
Mm-hmm.
minute, it looks completely different almost.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that
Mm-hmm.
and
with
doesn't that
relation to where
isn't
it
that a
is.
much more calmer pattern?
Yeah,
It real and by the
Because
way,
sometimes,
I mean, to make a 5 minute go down, considerably, that
it
gives
takes
you
a lot.
plenty of that gives you plenty of time to adjust and maybe get out if you need to or whatever. But I really do. Coach taught this a long time ago, and you can even go out further, right? You can go 15 minutes sometimes, just to get that big breath and say, "Oh, okay, this isn't so bad."
mhm. A lot of times, Ted, I hear you guys be like, "Ooh, look at that big bullish candle on there," and I'll be looking at my chart like, "What are they talking about?"
There's a
You
15 minute.
know? I'll be
Yeah,
like, "That
Look at
moving."
that, a lot more
I
even.
was saying that I was in my 5 minute and I was like, forgot that I was in the 5 minute and I was like, wow, that was a big wick, between VWAP and yeah, that could really screw you up. So you have to, especially if you're talking to folks, you have to make sure that you're in the 2 minute when you're talking about the
Mhm.
2 minute or the 1 minute when you're talking about the 1 minute.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, what were you saying, Don?
No, I was just saying that was a 15 minute. I'm just kind of going through different time frames here. Here's a 1 hour. I never really look at the wow. Look at that.
I look at the 1 hour whenever I'm starting the day off or whatever. If I want to see like what's been
Dude, look
happening
at
over
that.
the last
That
few days.
look
And
how
by the
many
way,
EVOs you got there.
going out
Two.
to the 1 hour is a great way to kind of set, okay, which are the resistance and the support lines that I really need to care about the most.
You see
And
this? This is
look how many
too
days
huge.
it's been going down. You see what I'm saying? You can see the sentiment like that is a downtrend. So You
And
know,
Dawn, you can probably draw a
do you
trend
guys
line
see how
from that
many? How
red at
many?
the top through that red all the way to today's top.
Yeah. So Ralph, that is exactly when the China rumor came in,
mm-hmm.
when it started going down. Was it
That
Yep.
is.
196?
I'm freaking out here, guys, because that's simply 2 moves. Do you see this?
So
Mm-hmm.
nothing fundamentally has
So Don,
changed
you ain't
about
never
Apple.
looked at that before?
No, I
Nothing,
haven't.
nothing fundamentally
What?
has changed about Apple since that China news broke, and
Nothing.
yet you would think of the end of the world came up
Yeah, for
and
real.
looks, yeah.
Wow. I mean, that's just 2 Ewo plays. If you had gone in this, you would have stayed in that, and then okay, time to go down now. Down here, you've got a green WO and a red EWO.
Yeah, but
Period.
Mm-hmm.
Dawn, that's 4 months. That's not today.
Oh,
No,
okay. Hold
Yeah,
on.
that's 4 months.
I thought I
she's
was on
saying
an
that.
hour,
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Here's the thing that Coach
but
taught
it's
me
still
that
true to
will
form,
trip
though,
you out.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Because if
That's
you
the
look at
swing
it,
Yeah,
it's
trading that
still
Coach taught this morning, right?
right.
Now,
right. If you would have got
here's
in that 90 days right there on that second candle.
here's something that Coach taught me that will just it just blew my mind away. Look at the EWO.
Yeah. Yes.
It's
You
the
get in on that
same
second candle right
EWO,
there.
guys. It doesn't change. So we are in a negative
Mm-mm.
cycle. If you were in a trade, you wouldn't necessarily be excited about entering in on a call just yet, right? Because you're still in that
Right.
Mm-mm.
negative EWO. So as you're looking out and you're kind of forecasting what's going on, in the future, take a look at the past here and see what's going on, because this will give you and inform you on maybe you might want to go with a leap if it's starting to do a 1 hour EWO to the upside.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
that
Mm-hmm.
is.
And that's the genius
Yeah,
that
the
Coach.
chart saying it's to the
So
downside.
Ted, did he teach you that at a family dinner?
I was thinking
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, for real. Like,
He
One of
taught
those
me like
family.
he taught anybody else who paid for the one-on-one.
Exactly. Just remember, everybody in here, that tomorrow morning we have to ask Coach to remind him for what our VIP training is tomorrow.
Oh yes, he did say that this morning. You're right.
Yeah. So not forget that.
What's the VIP? Is it to watch a movie?
No, it was. He
No,
said he
no.
was going to teach us a way for small investment for how to train for long.
Small account to grow into big numbers. Yes.
Yeah.
You know what? This is a 1 month. So this is how we've done for October thus far.
That's it.
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Dawn,
I-
What
I
that is,
wanted
that's
to-
a
Yeah.
1 hour.
cool. I
That's a
figured
1
you
hour
got this
candle.
all down.
Huh?
Yeah, so,
I figured you've done this.
me too. I was like, how's she
I'm a
shaking?
new
She never went
trainer.
and looked at a 1 hour. Don, you ain't never went and looked at a 1 hour candle?
I have, but
I be
not
sending you
today.
charts with 30-minute candles. I know. 'Cause I know
I don't
that's
trade
my.
off
I
of
think
it.
I
Though.
think it's
I've
more
never.
relevant to her because she's trading Apple now. She's like, holy shit, I just cracked the code on the stock that I love so much.
Ted, she doesn't trade Apple anymore. In the last
My
week,
two
we've heard
favorite
SPY, AMD, Tesla, NVIDIA.
No,
You
she's
know,
going to be an
you never
Apple.
hear Apple
But
out of her mouth anymore.
I tell you
I
what,
know she
Apple
done gave up on it.
leave her out of me today. That was a really good run. I wasn't in on Apple. I was in on other stuff, but I saw it and it looked pretty good.
Guys, you forget I have the power to kick you out of here. Keep talking
And
With
so,
smack.
power for one young
even
man
though
to
we're in
have.
the,
What movie
even
is
though
that?
that's, even though it's
Actually-
been in a downtrend.
Oh man, I know that movie.
Look,
What's
even
the
though it's
movie?
been in. Go ahead.
No, what's the movie? What's the movie?
Oh man, you gotta give me a second. Go ahead. I'll bring it
Go,
up.
Ralph. Go, Ralph.
What the hell
No,
is
I
it?
wasn't gonna. I was gonna say something that people probably already know. I was just gonna say, even though it's in a downtrend right here, that doesn't mean it's gonna be up days. But you just gotta keep in the back of your head that we are still in a downtrend.
I know what that is.
The main
Bucky, give me a
those are
hand.
the main-
We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us.
You don't know that, Don? Come on, Don. You don't know
Malcolm
that.
X.
Come
Malcolm
on.
X.
It's been a minute since I saw that.
Oh, that's one of the
So,
greatest performances by Denzel Washington. Holy
Yeah,
cow.
that's
I
true.
love that movie.
That
Trading
is
Day.
true. Red. Oh, Trading Day. Oh my
Well, yeah,
God.
okay,
Trading
but
Day.
there, there are
On
two
training
sides
day,
of
he
the
played a good
spectrum,
villain
Ted.
on that.
Historical
Okay,
biography
mother
and
Kong.
I'm sorry.
He was
He
a
thought he was
villain on
King
that.
Kong.
So it's interesting. I violated the rules. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. But I bought two overnight contracts. Well, they're expiring next Friday, but on Microsoft and Google. So
That's
Google's
Well,
the
I
that
mean,
one.
was so. Wait, you
technically,
did
it's
earn the status?
not. You know.
Google's the one that gave me the finger, but that was because Google's. I bought two
Gave you the
contracts with
finger.
Google, so it wasn't major. Google's the one that gave me the finger, but the good news is it was priced. Obviously it's a lower price stock than Microsoft. If all goes well and this stays the way it will be, I'll probably have like a $1,500 gain first thing in the morning. Even with the Google being thrown out as worthless.
oh, nice.
So it
Wow.
was almost like a weird, in a way, um, straddle, but
Mm-hmm.
straddling between two companies.
Right.
Well,
Wow.
I gotta tell you, Netflix gave me a black and blue months ago. On the I think it was on the last quarterly earnings. I played something similar. I wasn't with the group yet, and I'm like, oh my god, the Netflix went to like $50. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow with, yeah, I'm gonna be like $40,000.
Right, and then
Whoa!
what happened in the morning?
And then in the morning, I look at it and got my Amy alive and went nowhere, and I lost the money. I'm like, son of a b.
Yeah, that's true. That's true because you know what you have to do. I swear to God, you have to do this. You have to watch, and this is why coach's advice is to just pick a handful of stocks and get to know them. Um,
Yes.
Yes,
sometimes
Bucket.
the
A
stock,
handful.
sometimes the stocks will start channeling up before earnings, and that's when like the nightmare happens because people just profit take and profit take and profit take. I
Mm-hmm.
happen to think that Microsoft's been kind of kept down going into earnings. So I just felt a little bit more confident that it was going to go up. But I'm with you. Sometimes, I mean, that's why knowing the companies is
Yeah,
Helps.
so important.
Yes,
The only
master
yeah.
reason
know
why I'm
market
venturing off is
and bucket.
because I have really, really studied Apple for like a good month. And I'm like, okay, so I need some backup for when it's chopped, which I said the other day. It helps. And I'm limiting myself to three. And
Mm-hmm.
that's Spy, Apple, and
No more
AMD.
than three.
Because I like those three and I've played them. I'm getting more and more familiar with them. I want to be as comfortable in them as I am in Apple. And then I can interchange, you know what I mean? There's no need to jump around.
Right.
So yeah, so Don, go to the one
Uber
hour
might
on
not be it,
Microsoft.
bucket.
I'll show you what I was.
You want me to do the Microsoft? Okay.
Yeah,
Hold on.
Uber
because
might not
because
be
this
it, bucket.
this is what
Sorry.
knowing a
What?
stock, right? And sometimes it's suffering through. You know this stock, and you're like, oh my God, is this ever going to make money for me? But you feel good about the company,
Yeah,
so you try to
that's
stick
how
it out.
bucket feel about Uber.
Yeah,
So
it's definitely each. I was talking to Mark today, and he was explaining to me about the straddle and why you have to buy it like 3 months out and not do it the day before the news because everything is adjusted. So by the time you lose your impulse, you have nothing left. And it's so true. And what Ted is saying is correct. It's you know I call it the behavioral of a stock. It's called each stock has a behavior to it, and once you understand the behavior of the stock, then you're comfortable with it. One
Did
thing
you
I
say
gotta
leave it
say,
on 1 month, Ted?
I'm sorry.
Did you say to leave it on 1 month?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, Ariel.
no, no, it's okay. So what I was trying to say was I've always seen Apple, and I've always seen Apple, and I don't remember who said, look, Apple moves, kind of smooth. It don't move. It moves kind of smooth. It doesn't move like Tesla. And sure enough, I tried it 2 days ago, and it's a smooth ride considering when you have like a stock like Tesla or something like that.
Yeah.
In a blink of an eye, you're like up or down, and it's like whoa, you're in for the ride of your life, right? So Apple is not like that. Apple is a little smoother, and I'm starting to notice what you guys are talking about. That you're talking about David doing the research on Apple. I could see why the EW will work with that because once it picked the direction, it just keeps on going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's see. That's the 1 hour, right?
Yes.
Okay, take away that window that's blocking everything for today.
Yeah, what is that?
Yeah, just
So hit the X.
There we go.
There you go.
is that the 1 hour?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have extended hours on.
Okay. I don't know where that is.
It
Down
should
at
be
the
down in the
bottom.
corner, huh?
Of the chart, you can hit it.
Actually, I think it's
Down at the
yield.
bottom, go down to the far right corner. There should be an extended hours tab. Down there, yeah. I can't see it. No.
Where is the
It should be
I can't
right
see
there in
with
the
the damn
corner,
cursor.
bottom
Oh.
right hand corner. Down there. Right.
Okay, hold on 1
ETH
second.
should say ETH.
I don't
Or
see
just,
that.
or just do it in TradingView.
Yeah, I don't have Trading View.
Okay,
don't have
so if you
Wait, how
just
do you
go
don't have
below your
TradingView?
your volume,
I don't have it.
you don't
Oh
see
my
an
God.
EXT or an
What do
auto
you have?
little button on the
Yeah.
chart. Okay, there's auto. Now next to it is EXT.
Okay, I don't see that anywhere.
Oh, should be right next to it.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
That's auto, and then next to it on the left should be EXT.
Just go to the left slowly.
There.
There you go. That ain't it?
No, that says
I think
logarithmic.
she needs to turn it on. So if you go into Webull, you don't have an EXT next to it. So what you need to do is in Webull.
I tell you what, since I'm dealing with the blind thing, it's going to take probably a minute, and I'm
You
not
want me to
that
share my
familiar.
screen?
Yes, can somebody with sight please do this?
I'll be happy to. I mean, do you want me to do
Okay.
that?
Here, I'm
Yeah.
just
Use
sharing it now.
the trading view screen, please.
You want me to
Yeah, I
share it?
use Webull. I don't use TradingView because I'm not sure if they got my payment, so I'm just being transparent. So because I don't follow it. So that's something I have to work on. So yeah, somebody else please do that.
All right, I'll share
I'm
mine.
sharing my screen
Okay.
now.
Okay.
Can anybody see my screen?
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go. So here's the Microsoft 1 hour. Right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, scroll over. Look at what it's been doing for so long. It's just been kind of kept flat. I don't know why this is the case, but I tell you what, I just felt like it was going to have an upside because it wasn't really trading up into earnings. I mean, not too much, right? So that
Wow.
gave me more confidence to go into the trade. Sometimes you'll see it going an uphill battle or an uphill climb before earnings, and that's a real dangerous lotto, right?
Is that a candle at the very end of it?
It is.
Yeah,
That's
it jumped
today's
up 20,
Oh,
$15.
Holy shit.
that's the earnings or something? Or
That's
what?
today, and I tell you what, it keeps getting better. I'm looking at it right now. I wasn't paying attention.
Here,
Hey,
Oh
it
my
you went,
God.
like
you
in
went,
the 1
Ted, you
minute.
went big or you went home, and you got it. You went home.
It's
Here's
not
what
like
it
I went
looked like
big.
in
I
1
just went
minute,
with two
Don.
contracts, but I mean they're pretty
Oh,
expensive.
wow.
Congratulations.
Oh, that's the
man.
after hours.
Congratulations.
And that's me suppressing the 1 minute, right? If you really want to see it so you can see the other candles, it's not even on the screen. Look. That's what it did.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
nuts.
Yeah.
Good
That's a
stuff.
big
Wow.
run.
Now the interesting thing is, Google still it's one of these weird things. Google only missed the analysts. This is the thing, and this is why you have to be very careful about assuming that you know. These analysts will set expectations sometimes that are really, really high on a company's performance. And so Google's numbers year over year were fine. I think
Mm-hmm.
10% growth. Their cloud is like up 30% year over year. There's such good news in Google's. The only thing is they missed what analysts thought the earnings per share were going to be. Well, frick those analysts. The normal human being, year over year, this company's growing and it's got a great story. Ad revenue for YouTube is up, for instance. Who knew that? I mean, with TikTok, everybody kind of was pronouncing YouTube as a dead platform, and here they are doing
Because they
quite
brought
well.
in shorts
As a matter of fact,
and
here we
started
are on
competing.
YouTube.
Yeah, they competed. They
Yeah.
started bringing in shorts and things that would be similar to TikTok.
Exactly.
That's good. Good on their part.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna say never, but you can beat you're not gonna beat the behemoth of the pack, right? So the who owns YouTube? Google, right? So and they've been around for
Mhm.
ages. So they're gonna probably pay 10 times their people. You'll figure out how to beat this knucklehead that is coming out around the corner. I'll Google's not going anywhere.
No, hell no.
And
They
neither
kind
and
of
neither is
struggled though a
YouTube.
little bit
So
whenever that Chat GTP or whatever it was. Wasn't that Google that was struggling?
Yeah.
Am I thinking about the wrong thing?
No,
No, you're
you
right.
got it. You're right.
Oh,
Yeah, Google.
okay.
Remember
Hmm.
Because I don't
Google?
really
Actually, I
follow them,
lost a
but I know
lot of
they was in
money. I think I lost 6 grand on betting that Google was going to do well for their demo day, and their demo
Mm-hmm.
failed.
Yeah,
I'll never forget that. That was like, oh my
I remember that.
God, that was such a
Wow.
nightmare. A failed, the
Man,
one worst scenario that you could come up with, and that's what happened.
because what the other company was talking about, they're gonna have Bing or something like that compete with them, and I was like,
Yeah,
Bing.
and at the time, all the
I
stocks
didn't
were
even
going
know
through
that
the roof.
existed. Bing.
Yeah, I was like, when the last time you Yahoo something? All right, Google got a strong Google it. That's what I'm trying to say. They got a, I don't know what you call that. They got a strong shit. I don't know, like Kleenex. You know,
Yeah,
like I don't know. I don't know the word that I'm looking for. You know what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah.
you're right, Rolf.
They got a
That's a
strong. They
relic,
got a
man.
strong. Yeah,
Yahoo
they
was
got a
the original
strong. I
Google.
guess. Right. Yep.
And
You
does
remember
anybody know
That's
Apple
why?
News?
Does anybody know
I
why Apple? I'm sorry, why Google actually beat Yahoo?
Why?
no. Why? Tell
Educate
me.
us, Ted.
then they partner with Apple, huh? Why they beat them?
No. Um, so Yahoo was focused on a search engine, right? And
Yeah.
they all were
Mm-hmm.
focused on search engines. But what Google figured
Right.
out was that they could create an automated approach where if somebody wanted to place an ad, that the algorithm would check to see what the hit rate was and how many people were searching, and it would set a price that you would put the ad into the Google search. Google was famous for not having any ads, right? But when you did a
Right.
search, it would have ad supported, like a column on the right hand side that was ad supported. And so
Mm-hmm.
the famous breakthrough was these lawyers at the time were trying to get customers for lawsuits for mesothelioma, which is this disease that construction workers would get when they played with asbestos.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Right.
and that search term was like in the thousands. Google was charging thousands of dollars to these lawyers to reach these victims for these class
Oh
action lawsuits.
wow.
Wow.
Mm.
And so for the first time, you had not only a search engine, but you had a business monetization strategy, and Yahoo had nothing like that.
And
Right. Where it could
keywords.
just link the people straight to the doggone like a
It
target
basically
ad.
was a cash machine. It was an automated
Yeah.
approach where all somebody had to do was plug in their search criteria, and the system would say, this is how much your ads are going to be, put in your credit card, no salespeople involved. It was,
Yep.
Wow.
the time
Yep.
was
I agree with you, Ted. I have used the Google Ads for my business, and I gotta tell you, they're very smart. They give you, oh, it's gonna be a range. They don't give you a number at the beginning, or they don't give you at the end, right? So you
yeah,
tell Google, hey, I want to spend only $500. All of a sudden, you see $550. I'm like,
yeah.
where did the 50 go? Well, it's on the fine print. It's a range. I'm like, oh, smart, very smart. You know, it's
And
always work, and what you get with Google when you do ads, because obviously, because I do it for my real estate business, is and I'm not trying to advertise anything. I'm just saying it's you get good, able, and ready people, very good leads in Google. It's
yeah,
expensive. It really is
it
expensive,
is expensive, but they've got those
but
things
it
wired.
works.
The other thing
It
that
works.
was different was Yahoo was trying to take this curated approach where people would go into certain sections and they'd give you ways to navigate through the different topics. Google was much more search oriented, and what they did that was indexing that was really revolutionary is it would take a look at a web page and kind of score whether it was a reputable page, and if there were links that were like embedded in that page, that would give those sites more credence as well. So it quickly became that when you searched on Google, the quality search terms, the quality sites would appear higher than everybody else because of that algorithm.
Yeah, it's
Wow, that's pretty
their
awesome.
technology. Their technology is kept under the what I call them in my business that keep it simple, stupid. Because if you really look at Google, they got a one simple page, white page with in the center search bar. That is it. So when you start looking at Yahoo and other things, and this is my opinion, obviously, and you make it too complicated for people, that's bad. That's bad business.
Yes.
You don't want to have your eyes all over the freaking place. And I'm not a technical guy. I
Yeah.
just know basic stuff. But if you keep people your eyes on the cross section of the page, if you have the minute you start going and all doing all this crazy stuff, people don't want to do that.
For real.
So
People don't want to do nothing
the
extra. I
simpler
know
you
I
do
don't.
it.
I want to give a shout out to Coach. He hasn't been feeling well all day, but he has showed
Mhm.
up in the aftermarket for Don. So
Coach, what are you
That's
doing
right.
Hey,
here? You're
feel
supposed to
better,
be
Yeah.
coach.
resting.
right,
I'm under the
and
weather
since
Welcome.
too.
since Coach is here, I'm going to remind him that he said, we're gonna ask for that special VIP class tomorrow morning. We haven't, as a group, forgot. So get your rest, buddy. Get your rest.
Mhm.
That's if he wants to come in tomorrow because he
Yeah.
really does need some time off.
Yeah, he was saying he has a church group
Right.
tonight, which is why he just woke up. So,
Yeah.
Well, I hope
Love
you
you,
feel
Coach.
better.
Hope you feel
Feel
better.
better,
Glad
Coach,
feel
James
better.
is too.
what happens in men's group stays in men's group, right, Coach?
Yeah.
Listen, if you two can hear me in the backstage, you got to turn your cameras on before I can let you on stage, Ivan and Raider. So if you have a webcam, go ahead and turn those on, and I can go ahead and let you on the panel.
That's
what
right. Because if
happened
I
to
got to turn
Bruno's
mine
keyboard?
on, you
Yeah,
do
where's
too.
Bruno's keyboard?
Listen, y'all gonna get off my
I
friend
know
back.
Bruno.
Hey, listen.
It's your
Listen,
fault.
Bruno,
It's
he
your
over
fault,
there on the
Ted.
phone. Stop trying to distract him like that. That's Bruno.
Ted,
He
Ted
changed his
kept doing
thing up.
this.
Leave him alone. Got your back,
Ralph's the
brother.
I know
moderator
Got your
now.
Bruno.
back, brother.
I know
Stop it,
Bruno's on the
Ted.
phone, but I like to give him a shout out, 'cause, man.
Bruno is amazing.
He's always helping out. Everybody else is, but
Right.
he's always like, hey,
Bruno,
keep it
That's
thank
cool,
right.
keep it
you.
cool.
He goes above
Thank
Thank
and
you,
you for all
beyond.
that you
Bruno.
did.
He says he's on
Right.
the
Bruno's like
phone
my right
talking.
hand man with this whole car thing. It's like Bruno has been
Say,
such an angel. Thank you.
that's
He
my
is.
friend. That's
He's
how we
got to
roll.
be the most helping person. I mean, you
Telling you.
could just call up and say, "Hey, Bruno, you know, I can't flush my toilet. 5 minutes later, let
Well,
me go on the
walk
web
through
and
the
see what I can find for you.
I ain't find it.
Yeah.
Telling you.
Listen, one time
He
Cox
put the
was
link in
on
the
here
chat.
and he was at a park with his son and he was waiting on a bus. Bruno was calling an Uber, ready to call an Uber to send to wherever he was to take him where he needed to go.
For real.
Aw.
How like
You know what I'm saying?
insane our
Big heart.
moderator team is.
Bruno's
I
got the
mean,
huge
really.
heart, man. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
He came and picked me up in the plane
Bruno's
the other
so
day.
awesome.
Telling you.
Yeah, Ralph, he didn't pick you up in a plane.
Swooping.
That's my friend. That's all right.
Oh, okay.
All right.
You know, I gotta add that. You know, obviously, I'm new and I don't know everybody, but like I repeat it again and again and again. We're a very set of unique individuals. You know, very unique, and it's for me, it's great to see that everybody helps each other out, right? And that's amazing. You know,
Yeah.
I think it was you, Don, that said the other day. You know, it's not just the trading; it's the entire community that makes
For
you know
real.
It is.
the whole group,
It
right?
is.
So
The 82
It's
so
ways.
much knowledge, so
it's
much
truly
knowledge.
the
I'm so
dream
blessed to be
team.
here with you guys.
For real.
It's the dream team. Thank you. We're blessed to have you. And you have been
No
such an
trace
awesome
left
addition.
behind.
Yeah, you've been an awesome addition to the group, Ariel. Just coming to the aftermarkets and hanging out and in the pre-market as well, and just offering your advice because it's obvious that you've traded for a while. So you're not just a newbie, but you've shown your willingness to empty your cup and taking what coach is giving you and the rest of us are giving you from what we've gotten from him. And you've just been a
Right.
joy to be around and a great addition to the group. So thank you.
If you ever met me in person, I'm a jokester, man. And I gotta say, I know
I
this.
think a lot of us are.
I,
I can
I usually,
imagine.
I usually, listen. I
That's why
usually
you
say,
fit right in.
people ask me, hey, what's your name? I say, my name is Ariel, and I had the name first. They got stolen from me, man. So people usually get the joke right after it.
Yeah, I
Little
love it.
Mermaid, hell no. I got the name first. I'm older than the stupid cartoon.
Right. Oh my goodness, man.
Did you see what
Wow.
Ted just did to his background?
I love it.
What
I
do
love
you
it.
Oh my God,
Be
Ted.
kind, Bruno.
I wish
Hey,
my
Bruno, what's going on, man? Just hanging, chilling, drinking a bud.
Ted is just too much. Just listen. Tell Christina
look at
don't even
Bruno.
come
Look at
on.
Bruno.
It's too much.
Look who's behind Bruno.
Yeah. Hey, pretty soon we're gonna have that mirror effect from
He's
Star
saying, "Where's
Wars where you
Bruno?"
look both ways and it's 100 people deep. It's your turn now, Ted.
Oh, it's on.
Oh boy.
What is going on with these two?
Yeah. Exactly.
I just noticed what Bruno did. Oh my!
Wait a minute. How the hell?
How did he do that? I'm feeling the
Well, you
love.
take a
I'm feeling the love.
screenshot, and now he's gonna take a screenshot of Bruno.
Yeah,
and
but
put it-
isn't Ariel in front of Bruno?
yeah, that's a different picture. Sorry.
But it's
No,
me.
this is Bruno.
It's
Bruno.
not me.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
They're
Bruno,
reversed.
Bruno, and Ted.
Yeah, exactly. That's them too.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You guys crack me up. You guys
That's
crack
funny.
me up.
Ted is
That's
up to
awesome.
something because look at him. He is focused, man.
Yeah, he doing something. He doing something. He trying to change somebody's background, or
He's
he doing
creating
something.
something
Yep.
right there.
Now we got 4 Brunos, 2 Teds.
Look how fast
Oh,
Bruno
wow.
is, though.
I
That's my
get-
look at
so
that.
basically,
Quick
you
with
guys
the
are
quick with
creating
the comeback.
infinity
You see what I'm
screens
saying?
in the background.
Yeah, exactly. It's
One
like
is
looking in
and
the
then
mirror,
he's
right?
adding and right and adding and adding and adding.
Yep. Yeah.
He's like, okay, now I've got your
Yeah.
screen behind me, and then he's gonna look. He's got the. How many screens can they create behind them?
I don't know, Don. I
It's
don't know.
crazy. It's crazy.
Only in the aftermarket, ladies and gentlemen, and
Are
it is
you
the
not
aftermarket
entertained?
of what? American Dream Trading, folks. Don't forget to get over to the website to get your VIP membership.
You're in the future. In the future, the AI is going to take care of this.
Yes. Guys, we are almost at that 10,000 subscribers that we're trying to get. All we're down is 1,200 now. 1,200 subscribers between now and Halloween. We can do that. How many days do we have left?
So wait.
All right, so 24. What is that? 6 days
7.
or 7? Yeah, 7 days divided by 1,200.
So what's the difference between the AI and the bot?
All right, so
Ain't
that's
that the same thing?
171 subscriptions per day, guys. We can do that. 171 people. We have more than that in the Discord in an hour.
For real, we ready
171
to.
people.
And since we're talking about duty, smash the like button, everybody. Come on.
Awesome. Speaking of which,
Hey, Dawn.
sign up now, AmericanDreamTrading.com. The link is right in the description of this video.
Dawn, I'm telling you, your entrance video today and that, I mean, it's a whole nother level. These things are awesome.
Thank you.
Yep. Very good. Very good.
Thank you.
So
Thank you,
Don,
guys.
they had this guy that
Yes.
he
Hey,
was
Lefty,
struggling
I
with
need
the
a lot bigger
EWO this
glasses
morning.
for that Harry Carey.
He had asked about EWO. He was struggling. I think it was a guy. I think his name was Hamilton or something like that. Anyway, he's supposed to be
Hi,
lining
Zen.
up
I see you.
Oh, what's going on, Zen? Caught me off guard with the American Dream background. I thought you was coach for a minute. As I looked at Ted, they got so many Teds on the stream. I thought Coach popped up. You know, they kind of look alike.
I see you, Zen. I see your white background, and I raise you a black background. What's up?
Oh, damn.
I love it.
You
Yours
can't
is
hear
better.
you,
Look at
Bucket.
me. Look at me. I can't even. Yours is better.
Bucket, we can't hear you.
Oh, I'm sitting here talking on mute. I try to mute so you guys don't hear me, but I was saying, where's
There's
the
music
drop
to
the
my
mic
ears.
emoji after Dawn goes the black from the white? What we need some, you know, Dawn, we do need to get you some special effects and sounds, you know, that you can
I
play.
know. I want them
Don
so
Cole
bad.
with
You
them
know I'm gonna
sounds
be wearing it
herself.
out.
Right.
Yeah.
For
Gotta
days,
get
I
'em.
thought Dawn was doing a womp with it. I thought she had like a sound bite for that. She been doing it with her mouth the whole time. Like, God, dog.
My mouth
Not
is full of
only is she's
sound
a
effects.
ventriloquist, I'm telling you, are you good at holding puppets? Because, friend, you got it.
See, I don't like that chroma glitch that's happening. I gotta take that off. Zen, you win.
I don't think you got enough light. That's the problem.
Yeah, I noticed, Dawn, when I don't have enough light, that's what happens.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's why I stopped putting my Halloween, because I'm
Yeah.
not turning my light on my office right now. I like it. I
That's
like
the
it
problem.
nice and dark. It's my cubby hole.
I
That's
do
Yeah,
too.
that has
I
to
do
be true
too.
because when I tried to do a background, I could not take it. No light, you know.
Like Ted's background right now looks really good. So does Zin's.
It's
Your
got-
background looks great too, Ariel.
I used to do chroma keying years ago for video
So
work. And,
Ted can
you
leave
don't
a picture of himself up there.
have,
What were you saying, Zin?
I said I used to do chroma keying for video. So you gotta have either the blue background or the green
Or
background.
the green.
And if you don't have
Why not?
proper light, you can't do a proper chroma key.
Hey.
My natural background in my backyard. It's a jungle out here.
Oh, I like
So
that.
you got a greenhouse? That's a greenhouse? What is that? A pool house?
No. This is my backyard. I got my pool right there.
Oh, you
But
gotta
Okay,
be
yeah.
You in
That's
Florida?
nice. I like that.
yes, sir. I live in Florida. Yes.
Nice.
You have
All
to
right.
because you have that
This-
screen in for the mosquitoes.
That's right.
Mhm.
Hey, people ask me where
Okay,
do you
yeah,
live?
that's a
I said I
screen.
live
All
I live
right.
with the crocodiles. I live with the crocodiles, and when the mosquitoes are in season, they look like planes, like probably Bruno's plane.
Plain.
They look like
No,
The only-
these are all orchids. These are all orchids in my.
Oh, it's
backyard.
beautiful.
I like small trucks.
Mhm.
What's
Yeah.
Ted doing? Did he fall asleep? Did Ted make a background of himself and then walk away?
That's what he did. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
That
I
is
think
crazy.
he did. Zin, I think you're 100% right. That hasn't
What
moved.
the heck?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I
That
saw
is
him leave.
smart.
I was like,
That's
Ted.
what you get when
Oh,
you
there
mess
he
with the
is. Right side, Ted.
We
Man,
figured
what are
you
you
out.
smoking, man? Seriously, I want some of that.
That's pretty good.
Very nice.
We
What
figured you
the-
out.
It was
Wow.
pretty good.
It took us
It
a
took
while though.
everybody a little while to figure it out.
Yeah.
I just noticed you're like not moving or anything. I'm like, that's not normal.
Bruno would say that I do that all the time.
Oh, Don, look, I
Bruno's
had told
always
somebody to
accusing
come
me
to
of
the show
falling
today.
asleep.
What happened?
I think his name was Hamilton. I think his name was Hamilton. He said he was struggling with the EWO, so Mark suggested he get the one-on-one, with David. And I was like, you know what I'm saying? David probably booked up, so until that time, coming up to the aftermarket, we'll help you out. I don't know if he in the chat, but I'm about to see.
That's a
Listen,
Hamilton
down.
Hamilton, if you
really
out
good
there, I
point.
think it was it Hamilton? I don't know who it was. It was a couple of people, two people. I think one of them was named Ronald, like Hot Boy Ronald or something, like, Ronald. I think it was Vincent Ronald, something like that. I don't know. I can't remember. Was it?
Yeah, that is a little bit better with the chroma with the LED lights on.
Yeah.
It's not glitching as much.
Yeah.
Thanks for the tip, guys.
You're
You guys
welcome.
are amazing. You're
That's
experts.
Zin. That's not me.
Glad we
You're
could help.
surrounded by experts. Bruno, you see that? Because Bruno and I were like, what the hell is going on with that? So, yeah, that works. It's still happening, but not as much as it was.
Well, and that's why Bruno always, when he has his background, you can see him because that room is so well lit, right?
Yeah. And I always got the LEDs on, so.
Hey, look at that. Zin just got his one-on-one with Coach.
What?
What's up, Coach?
Yeah, what's up,
Go
Coach?
the other way.
Oh, that's
I love
good.
it.
How you
Hey,
doing?
so-
I hope you're feeling better.
Coach is like, I'm going to slap you.
We won't ask why you're sitting on his lap.
Oh, that
Wow.
was good.
Get out of here. Oh no, I need to get out of here. There you go.
We
Santa
jumped the
Claus!
shark. We jumped the shark.
He's gonna kill me tomorrow.
He's
You almost
probably
killed me this
cracking up
morning
right
for
now.
leaving my microphone on. I had no idea that thing was on. Thank God I wasn't
Hey,
doing anything
So
bad.
so check out Bruno's gesture with the hand on Ted's face. That looks
He's gonna-
Oh, did he put on a green shirt?
that
That's
was-
so great. Oh, I gotta do that.
we missed.
What in the hell?
What the?
Ted's changing off camera.
Yeah.
That's great.
That is too funny.
Hey, Zin, I know you popped in. How'd your day go, buddy?
But I had a
Yeah,
really
how you
good day.
doing, Zane?
I had a good day. I had 5 trades, all of them positive. 2 of them from yesterday, which I don't want to talk about, but they were positive, and the other 3 that I had today were really good. So I had a really good day.
Congrats, man. I know yesterday wasn't to your liking, so that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm trying really hard to plan my entry. And even though I wasn't doing any 2-minute EWO, I was kind of scalping a little bit, but I was scalping at the right time. I wasn't I'm just going to scalp for scalping. I would wait for either a double top, I would wait for a VWAP bounce, I would wait for something that would give me confirmation that what I'm doing is the right thing. And so that's everything played out really well. I was very happy with the way I traded today. So
That's awesome.
how
That's
about you, Bucket? Did you trade today?
Oh yeah, but we went over mine, so I won't go over it again, Don, for the group. But yeah, Zin, this morning was I didn't get in much this morning. It was just everything hung above and below. It was the afternoon that paid off for me because I'm only doing 2-minute EWO.
Yeah. No, this morning was a little crazy for the 2-minute EWO. I really
Yeah, it. By the time you actually would put your order in, it was already on the other side of VWAP. So you learn your lesson once. Just wait, let it make a commitment somewhere, and it never did, right? Until later in the afternoon, it took that dip down, and then it had the dip up. So
listen, I got a tip for that. If VWAP looks like a horizontal line that you draw on your chart, if VWAP look like that, the price just keep on going over it. Just don't even trade. It's just a top zone. All right. If that VWAP line just sitting over there going across, is not going to be easy unless you're a really good scalper. I'm telling you. Those EWO candles, they can be coming in real small. Huh?
Thank you for the recommendation.
Yeah, if listen, if VWAP just going across your page, just in a straight line, it just it looked like a horizontal line. Just find something else. Find your second go-to.
We got to get Ralph on the VIP, man. We got to get him in there.
Hey, listen,
we're missing out. We're missing out in the morning not having Ralph in the VIP.
Listen, I'm gonna get there. I talked to Coach. She was just like, the VIP that's the Cadillac service. I drive a Honda Accord. You know what I'm saying? So, once I get there, I'll be there.
Chad, if you're gonna put a green shirt on, are you gonna wear it or just over like you're getting a?
I was lazy. I just threw it over, but it won't work.
Like he's having a shave in
what you got on?
Yeah, he's having a shave, Zen.
He's trying to do a green screen chroma thing.
He got a snuggie on.
It's not working.
Yeah. He's trying to eliminate.
It's interesting because it works for the background as long as it's part of the background, but when it's the foreground, it doesn't work.
You got to change the chroma key to green color.
Yeah, because Mr.
Screenshotter doesn't know how to do it.
No,
that's like a hunter green. You need like a.
He knows how to take screenshots, but he doesn't know how to use chroma key.
Yeah.
I know how to do chroma key.
Apparently not.
Bet you if I asked you how to start a Tesla, you would know.
Uh-oh.
Oh, so glad to have you back.
Yeah, gotta be a good boyfriend. You know what I mean?
Oh, what was going on?
You were reporting. We like that.
Speaking of girlfriends, where's Christina for you, Ted?
Was it really for Ted? Was it really for Ted though?
Yeah, we all know that you're Cyrano de Bergerac, man.
The mere fact that you asked about Christina.
No, because we're talking about girlfriends,
Oh yeah.
Exactly. Ted,
wow.
you and Christina would be a cute couple. You should be her sugar daddy.
I think Christina's too young for him.
Very much so. Very much so. Not only that, she's a lot. I mean, she's got a lot of energy.
Wait, my friend alone.
Yeah, Christina's a handful, man. She's full of piss and vinegar, dude. If you can't
my friend alone.
It'd be exhausting to have to.
No, it's a good thing.
Just drive around with her at
She's a very good person.
Walmart and the. I mean, she is chock full of activities.
You just got to remember to get the gas.
At the end of a trading day, I am exhausted. I don't know about you guys.
She's always out of the house. She's always driving somewhere. She's burning a hole in your pocket for gas, but she's always out.
She is
gone. $50
at the end of the trading day, I can be really exhausted.
You're telling me.
It's mentally fatiguing to be involved in the trades all day.
It is, but that's okay. That's what we do. That's what we signed up for.
No. I'm just.
Oh yeah.
I'm impressed that Christina is out in the town. She's out in her car, cruising all over the place, running errands.
At the same time.
Yeah. How my trades haven't blown up in my face is beyond me because I'm never looking at the Webull screen when I'm trading when I'm in the call.
Well, that's the thing is Christina will be like, she's like, I'm on my phone, blah, 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 blah. I'm in 6 trades. I'm like, wait, what?
Wow.
Well, she's like, oh, they're all green. Everything's good. I'm like, holy shit. I'd be like pulling my hair out. What little hair I have left.
Yeah. Ted, I find it fascinating because, the first week I probably resembled that remark, but Like today, someone said, "Yeah, in Tesla. Yeah, I'm in the Tesla call," and somebody said the Apple put. I'm in the Apple put too, and I also have INW, LIFA. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's just everywhere. I mean,
Christina, we are manifesting you. Where are you?
Yeah, come on board,
Yeah.
Christina.
Too many trades at one time. That's not good.
No, that's that. No.
Well, that's the crazy thing. She manages to juggle them all, though. Amongst doing other things.
Yeah,
not
she
for me.
actually says she does better with multiple trades than a single trade because she gets bored and does something crazy. She likes watching several different things at once.
That's
Wait,
a
Finn,
recipe.
I think Coach needs to say something. What is Coach saying?
I don't know.
He's saying to keep it cool, guys.
Why look down
Everybody
there?
be
Coach
cool.
was really down there.
I think he's saying everybody be cool, right?
See, Bruno's just in this weird place where he can only get engaged with one woman, and he wants to live
It's called
vicariously
America, Ted.
on whoever's going to the date.
It's called loyalty.
Oh, is that what it's called?
That's what it's called.
Yeah.
And then you can bundle that up with honesty and trust together.
And in my case, marrying an Italian, because you only get one shot with an Italian, and the father tells you that. So
I've dated an Italian.
Hey, Bruno, you're
Speaking of which, Christina's an Italian.
yeah, 33 years married to one. So
congratulations.
Do they talk with their hands? Hey.
I'm making it off.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Me and Ted are in the same house.
Wait a minute. There you go. Goodfellas.
Yes.
Hey, Bruno. What's the story of your? I mean, we're all talking about the big news.
You think I should listen to you?
Your camera angle. Your camera angle's changed. We're liking the new angle on you, man.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
I figured
the keyboard. We don't see the keyboard anymore. Keeping that
I'd
under
set it
wraps.
up professionally.
Did you hire a consultant for that?
No.
Are these? Are you going to order some food? Some DoorDash, maybe?
Nope. I had my salad before I came on and showered. Look at that.
Are those fake driver's licenses?
Yeah.
No, these are FAA licenses.
Well, that looks almost like the one I got.
Do you have
that's the guy.
FAA licenses?
That is
Hold
correct.
on. Listen, guys, we got somebody in the thing. That's the one that asked for the help.
Hamilton, what's up?
We need
There
your
you
help,
go.
Bruno. It's time to go to work, Bruno.
How you doing?
Hamilton, were you the one that was at the football game?
Friend.
What did I walk into?
No, that was Hudson Miller.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yep.
No, this is
You
the guy
walked
that was
into
asking about
Bruno
the Evo
and
today.
his amazing camera angles.
I invited him to the show.
Yeah, Ralph, I'm here.
Yeah, so Bruno.
He's running a
He
side
said
business selling
he's
FAA licenses.
He's struggling with
Who said that? To Bruce?
No, you know you want to help.
No, Ralph.
You know you can't.
I get. I had one question about the Evo today, but it was more of just the entry right off of the opening bell. And if that EWO has already formed and the bell rings, do you wait? I mean, can you get in on that second green candle? That was my question. The EWO, I understand. I've been doing it for a bit, but that was the question I had. And I think what I heard was if the EWO is in your favor and you're into the opening bell, that yes, you can enter at that point.
Well, that's the whole point. You wouldn't enter on the first candle of the EWO.
Correct. But I'm talking about on the opening bell, like that EWO has already formed.
Assuming that the second candle is larger than the first and it's happening literally right at the time of the bell. The second candle is forming and it's bigger than the first, you're saying?
Or even if the EWO, the 2-minute EWO has formed in pre-market. Say it's got like 5 or 6 candles that are green.
No,
Hamilton, how long have you been trading?
No, because it's going to be a change.
Years.
Yeah, I wouldn't play that first candle no matter what.
Yeah, I don't like the opening.
because
Like
So
that.
yeah, and I guess that was my
Anyway.
question because I thought I heard Coach said that if at the opening if you get a green candle and then you get another green candle that's twice as big, that's basically the beginning of your EWO. But maybe I'm incorrect there.
That's true. That's true.
Well,
But
the
in the
way that you
beginning of the
described it,
morning, though,
half of it was already in pre-market, you just said. So if you're
Correct.
entering and you're halfway through the 2-minute EWO and the bell has just hit, at that point, if you get into it at all, it's considered a scalp. It's not an EWO play at that point.
yeah.
exactly. It's going to be
And look,
pretty wild and furious. I don't know if it's going to follow the traditional. I would say that if you're going to train that first half an hour, look at the pre-market settings
Yeah.
Yeah,
as your major guide.
I've been.
why
For an
No, that
EWO?
makes sense.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know if I'd trust an EWO strategy unless. Bruno, what about
Listen,
you? I mean,
I
I
would
trust the
wait.
EWO, but
I'd
first thing in the
wait
morning,
for the
bro,
next
the best
EWO.
thing to use is Coach's pre-market setup in the morning. Listen,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
price breaks out of that top zone, I'm getting in there. Other than that, I sit the front opening. I sit it out. That's too much going on.
Yeah, for
I
you
need
with
like
that
a
question,
Yeah, there's
I
a
would
lot.
sit it out and wait for the next EWO because if you're going to use the
yeah,
pre-market setup, that is for scalps. So
right. Use
it's not for the
use
EWO.
Coach's setup for in the morning. That's what I do. I'm gonna tell you, I ain't gonna tell you
Yeah.
to do nothing I wouldn't do. But I mean, if it's a strong Evo signal, 9 times out of 10, it's leading you to Coach's pre-market setup. So just wait on the setup breakout.
I'm telling you that I could see. I mean, this morning didn't Tesla swing one way and then the other way? 4 minutes later.
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah, and
what
it does
Ted
a
is saying,
lot.
that's what usually happens on every ticker that comes. Not all of
So
them, but
here
most
you
of
are.
the time, you're gonna have a fake out in the morning.
Yeah. So I'd be really careful and cautious on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I put myself in the penalty box here this week. I'm not even doing any options this week. I actually got a training with David on next Wednesday. So
That's one of the smartest things you can do.
Exactly. Yep.
I was going to say, by the way, it's kind of super rare that you're in the EWO. Actually, if I were to, let's see.
That's true too. You rarely see them on the first.
Hamilton, just so you're aware, I've noticed sometimes that when a 2-minute EWO signal comes into pre-market, because of that crazy first 15 minutes, I have found, especially for Apple and sometimes Uber, that a brand new EWO is going to come within the next 30 minutes. It very rarely craters from there for the rest of the day or accelerates all the way up. It's going to test VWAP at some point in that 30 minutes just because of all the crazy candles. But, I agree with you because I've been tracking Apple and sometimes I'm praying. I'm like, Apple, please get back to VWAP so that, something will happen so I can get into a 2-minute EWO. And more often than not, in the first 30 minutes, it will at some point just because of profit taking or of people getting in.
Right.
Yeah, and if you look at Apple
my
this morning,
experience, training purposes only.
If you look at Apple this morning, the first trade wasn't going to be your EWO. It was going to be the pre-market to the downside.
It was like, I can't take it. I'm gone.
Go ahead.
Yeah, bucket talks, everybody leaves. Look at that.
He said, Ted, sit down. Ted, sit down.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah, sit down, Ted. Hey, we tried. All right, I tried.
I mean, look at it this way. You got a 50-50.
Fuck it, I'm out of here.
You got a 50-50 shot. 50-50 shot. I'm guessing what direction you're going to go.
Yes, that's why it's best to just.
That's not a strategy,
until
folks.
Price breaks
Okay, thanks,
outside of
Bruno. You were biting your tongue there. I was like,
What is that video that Coach was talking about?
Dawn, if you're gonna be on here, you gotta have on your camera. I'm sorry, I'm not the.
Yeah, we have a rule about that, Dawn.
Thing doing.
Sit here talking with the.
So Bruno, did you train on AMD today?
I did, yeah.
Go
2%,
well?
2% total account.
Okay. Cool.
Congrats.
Yeah. As your account continues to grow, the percentages get smaller and smaller until you take some money out. So I got to pay
It's harder
myself.
to get that.
To get those 10%. Yeah.
Yeah, that compound interest, the truth. Ain't
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
I'm
I
not
could
the
have made.
kind of person that increases the bet.
I could have made. Well, no, I'm saying your percentage on your total account. It's not that you're increasing your bet, but when you stick to the same 10, 10, 10, 10, as you start compounding on top of your total account, your percentages, it's no longer 20%, 15% total account because the percentages goes
right.
down. Obviously,
Yeah,
you gotta
absolutely.
make,
It's a lot
yeah,
of big numbers.
yeah, you got to make more. You got to make more to get bigger percentages.
But you know what? Be really happy with the 1 to 2% of a large account number.
Yeah, I am. I just at some point. I mean, the AMD that last play, Raphael. I could have stayed in longer, but I had so much stuff to do, and
I
then I
figured
was like,
that's
man, I was so annoyed. But and then I hear Dawn or somebody calling it out in the after hours, like, "Oh, look at AMD," and I'm like, "God damn it!"
Hey, Bruno, are you at the point where you add in?
No, I went in with 10 contracts, and I kept at one point that trade went to like 30% at some point, but then I'm like, I got some time because I went out on the expiration. I got some time on it.
Yep.
So I just sat there patient, and then all of a sudden I couldn't. I mean, I could have sat there the rest of the day because I'm here now, but I had some stuff I had to take care of, so I couldn't just keep watching it. I was getting tired of watching it, so I closed
yeah,
it out.
got in way earlier than everybody else. Too. Bruno saw the breakout way earlier than I did. Oh,
Yeah, yeah. What was I gonna say? So AMD, since the earnings are coming, I was looking at the numbers, and if it has a pop, I'm again not financial or investing advice, and I don't want anybody to go off of this and start betting the farm on it, but I want to go in at like 4 contracts, about a little bit further out expiration, but I want to lock them in cheap because if you wait till Monday, the prices, and I already noticed that the contract prices are starting to go up higher and higher every day it goes by because of earnings. But I figured if I take a swing for the fences, it will cost me a couple $1,000s. I mean, it could hurt just as easily, but if I end up getting it and AMD has the pop that I'm looking for, 4 contracts, I was doing the math, 4 contracts at about 3,000. If it went up to like even 130, just to say, because it's been previously up at like 138. I was looking at the daily chart, but if it has a really nice pop off of earnings, you're looking at over $15,000.
Wow.
Wait,
Yeah.
can you say that again? You would
15.
buy calls for a week out or a day?
Well, okay, so earnings is on Tuesday for AMD.
Right.
So the longer you wait to buy contracts on it, they're going to know that obviously earnings are coming. It's in the calendar. They know. So I've already noticed that the next week out on November 10th, I believe it is.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's November 10th, but don't quote me on that. But anyway, one more week out, it's already in the one contract's already in the $600, $700, $800 range.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, because they
lead up
anticipate
to the earnings.
that week is the earnings week, so they're already starting to jack up the price. So if I can get it in, like, I would have to obviously wait for the stock to may possibly go up for the contract to be cheaper. But anyway,
That's true.
I'm gonna figure that out.
But are you picking a specific price or just a option contract target?
I'm gonna pick an option. Well, okay, so even if I go in, I don't know how I'm gonna play this. Even if I go in like one out of the money, or even a couple out of the money, I don't want to go too far out of the money because once you enter, like, I guess I'm gonna have to play it to see tomorrow how it goes, and possibly till Friday to see. Because if it's Tuesday, if I wait till Monday, that contract's gonna be through the roof.
Wow.
Are you saying the market is predicting, Bruno, that AMD is going to have a good report?
Well, it's the lead up to the earnings,
Yeah, no, yeah. It's either direction, call or a put. They're already higher. The contracts are already higher.
Oh,
price
okay.
wise. So
Oh, wow.
as we
So they know it's going to
approach,
be activity.
Yeah, as we approach, and that's one of the other reasons why I think that they're keeping. If you notice, other than till the end, it went up to like what 101 and some change. I stopped looking at it after a
When
while.
is their
Yeah, like
earnings?
Yeah, it went
101.80
up to one.
something.
But you
After
noticed,
it got
yeah,
past that 160,
yeah, notice that
160 cents.
it's been ranging $3, $4, $5 on some days, on some good days. So I'm wondering if they're purposely trying to keep the price down, because obviously when they keep the price down, if they can buy it cheaper, they will. And I think it's like a tug of war.
Hmm.
And if they're going to try to drive the price up, I'm not saying the price can't go up short term, but I think they're keeping it. Is if we're in the 104, 106, 108 range, and they're keeping it down below at like 100, 101, obviously they're doing it. It's being done for a reason. And also uncertainty
Yep.
too in the market. So if they're uncertain about what AMD is going to do in the future for earnings, and they're not too excited about it, some guys might, or some people might be also dumping. That's what I think.
Hmm. At first, I thought they were dumping to run the Nvidia the other day, but I was like, why
Yeah.
would they leave to go to Nvidia? Because Nvidia had that news. Like Nvidia had a nice day. When was that? Was that yesterday? Yeah, that was yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah. So yesterday, Nvidia went up something like $16, and so I was like, so what? Did everybody just leave Nvidia? I mean, AMD to go to Nvidia, and then I think
Well,
Intel pretty much don't count
today was out of
anymore.
control on volume. I'll tell you that. The usual
Hmm.
volume that I see watching AMD all day. Today was like
When are,
it was like
when are
almost
their
a half.
earnings?
The
Next week,
31st.
huh? I was
7
telling
days from
somebody
today.
that played the Netflix earnings. I can't remember who it was, but I was like, it's the lead up to the earnings that really pays off. Like a couple of weeks leading up to it, you know.
Yeah,
So
it went
Bruno,
up.
why wouldn't you? Just a question. Because it's either going to be very positive or very negative, right? Would you just buy a straddle?
I could. Let me see what the straddle prices are looking like right
Coach
now.
kind of always recommends that too, going into earnings.
Hmm.
Well,
Yeah,
I have a question. I have a question for you guys in regards to the straddle. Because Mark was explaining to me yesterday that you shouldn't do a straddle the day before. You should do about the straddle 3 months before, so that you don't get hit with. Because I done this with I think it was Netflix, and it deflated to such a point that I made no money and lost the money that I put on the straddle. So I might have done it completely wrong. But Mark was saying, don't do that. You need to get it 3 months out, so that you don't have to pay the inflated prices on the option. So
yeah. But I personally think they have these baked into the numbers. I don't think they're that dumb. Like they know because right now it straddles at 9:15 on November 3rd, which is next week. 9:15 is
Which is
unheard
my
of.
birthday, by the way. It's my
Is it?
birthday.
Is it?
Yes.
So three contracts will cost you $2,700,
Yeah. 3 contracts,
and
27.
you would need an appreciable amount of movement in one direction
Yep.
to
And
get
then
a
I have
green
to
on that,
catch,
right?
and then God forbid if you do the straddle, it's kind of like a lotto play. But if you do the straddle, then when the bell opens, because obviously that activity is probably going to happen. I
Are you
think
at the
they said it
options
was
right now,
after
Bruno?
market close. I am, yeah.
So the earnings are
So
gonna be in the morning or after the close.
that's what I got to look. I think could have sworn they said aftermarket, but and then you got to
I
wait
don't.
till the next day to be able to close it out. So by the time you come back
What's
and
the
that thing
IV
goes
on that?
live, right now it's 67%, 67.7% implied volatility.
And that's what makes the price go up right there.
If you're looking at those
Well, then
options,
the
what's
question
the
is,
implied volatility? What's the implied volatility on them?
67.4,
IV crush on that.
67.7. I missed
I
it.
don't know what that means. What does IV crush mean?
That's what happened to me with the straddle that I had. Once they removed the volatility priced into it, your straddle
Implied
goes
volatility.
Yeah.
right. Once that gets removed from there, then you make no money.
Mhm.
Well, you make less money. I mean, if it does swing, I mean, look, Yeah, I mean, the thing is, where you get killed is that let's play this out. You buy the call, you buy the put. You're excited about the call, and you're like, okay, I got the call, and let's say the stock goes up, 4 or 5%. You're like, yay! But the next morning, everybody's selling all at the same time. So, I certainly
Yep.
wouldn't.
So when the IV is high, yeah.
So that contributes to the. I feel like Kilroy here. So that just makes the straddle kind of tough to execute on.
Okay.
But I'm looking for like an Amazon or what was the other one that went up? Nvidia. They went up and they stayed up. They never came back down. Even during the open bell, it dropped a little bit, but it wasn't retraced all the way back
Yeah,
down.
Netflix did that
Netflix
this
just
week.
did that,
Did
yeah.
you see Microsoft today?
Yeah, let me look at that because I was looking at it briefly when Nana said something.
Take a look. Not only did it actually went up, we were doing a display on Microsoft earlier, and it was amazing. It had gone up another $4 just while we were watching it.
So it went up about $19 roughly.
And it never pulled back.
Well,
No,
we'll
sorry,
see.
$13. Oh no, yeah, 19 bucks, almost $19.
Mhm.
That's what's up.
But that's on a $400 stock, right?
Correct, yeah. So if I if I got $19 on an AMD,
That'll be a big percentage gain.
good lord, you guys wouldn't see me for a month.
So you could, so in that case, I mean, that's a great example. In that case, Bruno, if you plug those numbers into a straddle, you'll find that you'll probably be making $1,000 off even with the straddle.
Yeah.
Ted, I can't take you serious like that. Ted, come up, Ted. Why you sitting down like that?
So I was looking close at the screen, and I don't have a table. So.
All right, there we go.
Hey, Don, I'm gonna share my screen for a second.
Okay.
I'm telling you, AMD, what I like about them the most, it seems like it's just straight up.
Ed, you need help.
Professional traders trading AMD. For real, it ain't no.
Let's run the devil's advocate here.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hold on.
Chad. Okay.
Bruno,
It's killing me.
we got about 10 minutes, honey, okay?
All right, I shouldn't take longer than 10 minutes.
Nice.
No, we're good.
Yeah.
So right now, this is the prices I looked up at about 500. Let me go back to a non-straddle.
All right.
Is that video playing on on yours or my?
That's on mine.
Okay, good. I'm trying to cancel it and it's not.
All right, so 790. Oh, I was on Microsoft. Not this. Actually, hold on.
Calculators there.
So next week, if I were to be that silly to risk it, it'd be 450 a contract at 8 contracts, 450 a share, I should say. Risking it, holding it over the weekend, which is risky as hell, and then waiting for it, holding it on Monday.
Yeah.
You're looking at 450 at 8 contracts. Obviously, you'd have to lock in that 450 tomorrow or Friday, if even possible. On 8 contracts, you're looking at, even if you had a mild pop and you say it went up $7, that's $7,600.
Wait. So where are you?
I zoomed in a little bit.
Okay, if it went up to 112.
If it went up to 112, that's $6,000.
Wow.
So why not do a?
I'm gonna switch it. We're gonna play devil's advocate. I'm gonna switch it
You
to a
may be
straddle.
able to get off them things 2 times. Let me go look
Because
at the chart.
in that world, who knows, right? I mean, they're trying to do the PC business, and there's talk about competition entering. So enterprise buyers could be saying, "Well, let's just buy a little bit for the next quarter, while we figure out what we're going to do for our PC strategy."
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of watching analysis videos on AMD, and their target customer, they're trying to go after the high end as well with the new processor that they have. It's called a Threadripper. Well, it's not that it's new; it's just a better grade CPU. They also do GPUs as well, so graphic video cards and CPUs. And I was reading something where they're up there with Intel as far as chip manufacturing. So, but regardless, even if this thing retraced back into the 130 range, I don't know if it would go up $30 like that, but that's like 19 grand on 8 contracts. Uh, doesn't hurt, but on turn, if you have bad stuff. But then again, this is also on the 24th, so if I have to wait till the 31st or the 30th, obviously we got to go over one column. So if we wait there on the 31st, so we'd have to wait till the 30th and hold on to it. So so if it went up to 120, it's still a big chunk of change. It's like almost 11 grand because you got to remember. But if it falls down,
has it moved up 20% before?
It's gone up to 160. Hold on.
In 20%, 160.
It's been up to 132.83.
It's done a 50% gain after earnings.
Oh, not after earnings. No, hold on.
So that's what I would take a look at is what is the maximum that. I mean, this is the great thing about what Coach teaches us. We become probabilistic in terms of our approach, right? What is the probability that it's going to go up a certain percentage?
It's gone up.
Listen, Ted, I'm gonna tell you what I see on the chart. I ain't mean to cut you off, but I'm looking at it right now. AMD moved up 2 earnings ago, right? And then they went into this like wedge type of pattern, and it just broke out of that pattern, and it's coming back to retest it. And so that earnings is probably gonna turn this thing to the up. Go look at the daily chart. Bruno. Go look at the daily chart. And like not the last earning, but the earnings before that, he had a strong pop, right? And then it just went into this falling wedge or whatever. And now you're at the bottom of that. And so the next pop is lining up to be on the earnings.
Okay, so
on the daily chart.
Let's take a look at that.
We manifested her.
Yeah. What, Christina's here or something? Hold on.
Okay, what are we looking at here?
I was just looking to see
daily chart on Trading View
when they reported their earnings last time. So 8-1, they had positive. 5-2, they had positive beat, and then January they beat, and then the last 2 times they missed was, I would say, end of 2022 and August 22. So they've hit the last 3 times they've beat their earnings. So let me look at 8-1 real quick. Hold on. So
but what's odd is the last time they beat earnings, but it was like a down, like it got a big volume candle, but it's a red one. It's causing that like that. What I'm talking about, falling wedge. I got it marked out.
Yeah, hold on. I'm going back to earnings on 8-1.
You make any money today, Christina?
Yeah, I finally added it all up. I made about $1,000.
Nice. Fucking
shout out to Christina.
Yeah.
Come up in there with 8 tickers at one time. All right.
I was doing like Nate does. I was waiting in the weeds. I did all that. I didn't just jump in. I waited. Yeah.
Okay.
I did pretty good, but I still have those other contracts that I have to sell tomorrow, and they're already like looking good. So yeah. That's it. How'd you do?
It had a $10 jump on the last earnings.
I didn't really trade much.
No.
The last one. All right. The earnings before that.
It had a $10.
The one
on 5-2.
May. What it was? April. Yeah, 5-2.
Going
What he's doing.
Options calculator.
It was the days after that where it went up.
I want to do that. Buying all those.
The day of the
those
earnings wasn't that
right
good.
before.
Yeah, it was.
Hey, Bruno, you should do that on here one night. Do a little options calculator lesson.
Hold on a second.
We already did it, didn't we?
I'm wrong. The day of the earnings, it looked like they had a down day.
5-2, they had a massive pop. Hold on. Yeah, they did. AMD.
yeah.
So a 5.2, they went from 80, roughly around $84, and they went up. Well, they climbed up over till the end of the month. They went up to 130.79 from that month. So when they hit earnings at 5.2, they went up by the end of the month. They were up to 130. But let me see what it looked like.
Then they had a double top, and then it went into that wedge that kept falling until now. Well, about a week ago, it broke out of the wedge.
How much did they go up last time they did earnings when it was like this?
And now they coming back to retest the wedge, which is gonna be the pop for the earnings.
Hey, Bruno,
So
on 5/2, 2023, I have them dropping from 90 to 84.
There was a gap right there. You're right.
Yeah.
But the drop led to an uptrend that like a massive bull run.
Yeah, but
that
remember
moved up.
that if they do it always after hours, there's the gap right there.
Right.
So if they do it after hours, that's 5.2 is the 5.2 is the close, obviously, and then when you come back the next day, it was at roughly around $81. I would say the bottom 81, and then literally the next day they went up about $10.
Oh, holy moly. I didn't go to 5.4. Yeah, I went to 91, $10 increase.
Yeah, so every day.
And then for the next 50 days, it gained 10%. Seemed like it because it didn't move like a 60% move.
Yeah, it was
like
up.
the next.
It was up and
Somebody's
literally
watching Coach's videos in the background. I can hear the intro music.
in six.
It ain't me this time.
In 6 days, it went up like at least $20.
Yep.
It'll move up.
That's what there was this guru whatever on online, and he was saying that he doesn't buy before earnings. He waits till I guess the day after, and then it's a weekly thing, and he makes like I forget how much percent. It was he was like making 10 grand a week on it, something like that.
Damn.
Yeah, there's still upside if you play the next day. Here's the one thing that concerns me, Bruno. A year ago, they missed their numbers, the estimate. Exactly a year ago.
That's scary.
So what you wonder is what happens in the summer. Is that a cycle thing with them?
Yeah, I wouldn't know. Well, it was also 2022, right?
Yeah.
What was happening that time?
Yeah, COVID, right?
Well, I was on the tail end of COVID, right?
Yeah, COVID.
Because you know PCs had a boom, right when everybody was on lockdown. So everybody was ordering up, and Amazon also had a boom as well because everybody's ordering stuff to the house, not leaving
Nobody
the
was
house.
on lockdown in 2022.
No, I didn't say that.
I thought that's what
I
you're saying.
said
Oh, I'm sorry.
we were on the tail end of it on 2022, but during COVID, we had a lot of PC and gaming, and everything was sold out. Video cards, everything. There was like a high demand for PCs.
So
they couldn't get the parts that they needed.
Make the bull case on why the number is going to be well over 4.69 billion.
I can make it. You see that falling wedge right there that it just broke out of the wedge and retested?
No, that's the stock. I'm talking about the company.
Okay. Oh, you're talking about the fundamentals. All right. So yeah,
well, I'm talking about the fundamentals because ultimately what will drive the pop will be them blowing out their number. Their number has to be probably in the 6+ range for the market to reward them, right? So what happened in this last quarter from AMD's perspective that's giving you that warm and fuzzy that they're going to pop?
I was watching what they had in the pipeline as far as not only just consumer sales, but also, well, the AI has always been in the talks, but they were also incorporating that into their chips and also their Threadripper that they were talking about. That Threadripper that they're going to sell for is in the thousands range. It's not even, they're trying to go more high end or trying to find a more high end chip for people that have high demanding PCs, like if they're doing any video editing, content creation.
Is that a commercial
Obviously,
product yet?
What's that?
Is that a commercial product yet?
No, it's already, they already have it. They're obviously in well, not development, but they're already in production with the chips. So, and also video cards and chips. But they know that obviously content creation, the way social media is blowing up, people are making videos from home and doing all these things. There might be a pop with those chips. If people are making millions of dollars online, they're going to spend, a lot of money on these
Right, and you're
processors.
talking futures. And look, I hope I'm not. I think it's good to think through this a little bit.
No, it's fine. I'm not taking offense.
As I search through this, the Threadripper release date is November 21st, so that's not going to be reflected in their numbers.
Mhm.
And by the way, a case could be made that whenever a company comes out with a new product, that it can sometimes have the cannibalistic effect of putting off orders, right? That people wait for that new product, so they hold off on buying the older product. So all I'm trying to do is make a case that you should probably treat this as a straddle.
Yeah, that's what I'm putting in the numbers here to see
Okay,
what this
good.
looks like. So I've never done a straddle on this options calculator. So we have 4 calls.
You know what? I don't think that works all that well. I just do the call, and then I do the put and compare the numbers.
Yeah, I don't
While
think
y'all
this-
getting that together, the top of that double top, 8. Just saying.
128. What are you talking about?
Nothing. I'm just looking at chart stuff.
Right, but the chart, especially around earnings,
Yeah, I know the
charts
chart.
start to depend on
The
fundamentals.
chart, it don't matter. Yeah.
Well, they
Yeah,
matter.
the do. You're
'Cause
right,
that's the
Ted.
market's reaction to the numbers. But in order to move the needle, right? Microsoft moved the needle. Why? Because they reported numbers that were far greater than anyone expected.
Right, you're absolutely right. You're right. Because earnings.
And
You're right.
and
The
when we're
earnings
day
all
trading,
goes
we're
off
doing
of
a lot of
the
the buying on the rumor, and that's great, right? The rumors are
Right.
fun.
Yeah.
But when it comes to earnings seasons, it's
It
all
gets
there.
wild.
You can't
It's all because of the
can't
news
fluff
and
up
everything. You're
an
absolutely
earnings
right.
report.
Yeah. I don't like playing earnings. Like, I don't.
And by the way, I mean that as you listen to these conference calls, sometimes because there's litigation concerns, right? So when these guys are talking and doing answering their questions and going over their last quarter, they're gonna sound kind of pessimistic, or they're not gonna seem all that yay rah rah. And there's a reason for that, because if you do that, then you have exposure from a lawsuit perspective that you were overselling your quarter. So like when I was listening to Elon Musk's earning report on Tesla, he used a term for Cybertruck, saying we put the nail in our own coffin on that one. I was like, holy shit, that sounds so negative. But in a way, what he's trying to do is he's trying to tamp down expectations, because he does not want it to come across like he's saying Cybertruck's going to be the next thing since sliced bread, because even though he may feel that, it's not the time, especially during these earnings calls. That's not the time to be talking about that.
It seemed like Tesla earnings, what they beat earnings, but it wasn't like the stock didn't right. It seemed like a lot of selling goes into those.
Well,
those
and
big ones, like,
there's the other side of this, is that it's these analysts, these damn analysts. So sometimes these analysts, they get all excited and they start saying rah 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 Tesla, and they will say, yeah, they're going to beat by 20%, and so Tesla comes out with a number that they beat by 10%, and everybody's like, oh, boo, hiss, and the stock just goes in the toilet. But that the people that know the stock and know the company are like, that's not bad. They got great cash on hand. They're growing. Maybe
and then like The institutions who've been holding and building up their accounts for a while, they need a big catalyst in order to be able to sell their shares.
Right. So it'll be really interesting to see with AMD, these analysts, you're going to have to blow by those analyst numbers. And that's why it might be a good idea to hedge your bet.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I gotta leave, so I'll catch up with you guys in the morning. Thank you for your time.
Hey, Ariel. I see it's getting dark there, man. Have a good night.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All
right, I gotta get some sleep.
Yeah.
I'm
Ariel,
under the weather
it's
myself.
really dark there.
Oh, it's my patio.
It's not
I was
dark
still in
yet.
my patio. See? There it
Oh,
goes.
yeah.
Hey, there's the
Yeah, it
light.
really is getting dark.
Hey,
East
hey
Coast
Ariel,
time.
how you liking it? You've been how long you been with ADT?
About 2 weeks now.
How's it working out for you?
This week is very good, very good. No complaints. I'm learning from everybody. A lot of help from everybody. So, and I gotta follow the rules, and like I said, I've been training for a while, but it hasn't gotten me where I need to be. So I need to, take the rest of the hair I got off and follow the rules, right? So
You and me both, brother.
Yeah.
And there's so much knowledge in the group. Again, I'm grateful that I'm in the group. Thank you.
Yeah. Good seeing you again. Take care now.
All right. Have a good night.
Christina. Why are you looking so down, Christina? You had a good day.
I'm tired. I'm just tired.
You're actually surprisingly mellow.
okay.
What's going on?
Yeah, what's going on? Christina, you high or something? What's going on?
I wish.
Something is up.
I'm just tired. Just tired, stressed, had a lot of stuff going on. It's just in my head. Too much going on here,
To boost Bass, isn't NVIDIA in a much better position than AMD?
Yeah.
I'll let Bruno answer that.
No, they are in a better position. I think AMD is also what they hoped. Not that I just read this, but what I read prior was that they're behind the ball in the AI industry or the AI technology. So I think NVIDIA rode that a lot better than AMD did.
So AMD, this is the challenge, and this is why you have to really take a good hard look at AMD. Their revenue, I believe I read someplace where their revenue growth is projected to be more like 17% growth, which is good for any other company, except when you're being compared to these other companies in AI that are 30 some odd percent growth, then it doesn't look as good, right? And so there's always this comparison with NVIDIA that will dog AMD until they start flipping into those 20 something plus numbers.
Yeah, they had a decline in 2022, 55%, but that had to do with the semiconductor index dropping 35.8% and the S&P index finishing the year down. And tech-heavy NASDAQ composite index shed 33.1%. Over the fourth quarter, those drops reflected a bounce off October lows of the year. AMD shares advanced 2.2 for the quarter. SOX index rose 9.8, and S&P gained 7.1.
So SOX is the big SOXL?
Yeah, I'm assuming that's the bigger one because they're putting it up in comparison of the S&P and the NASDAQ.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know. Yeah, so they got SOSX and SOSL, just like SQQQ and STQQQ or whatever. The SOX. SOX is the Spider Index, S&P Index.
Yeah, this was written. This is an old article.
TJ says that they have a rock solid niche with builders, especially performance versus price.
Oh yeah, that's right. TJ in that industry. TJ, what Mr. Rex said, he know. Mr. Rex, no. I'm telling you, he'll fight you over a chip company. I want to be around him. Start talking about ON. It used to be a big.
Yeah, they talk about this was written on the first. the 1st of August. The chip company is one of the key beneficiaries of the evolution of AI. In addition, analysts believe the inventory-led issues will subsidize in the second half of 2023, driving its financial and stock prices. AMD stock has risen over 74% year to date, outperforming the broader markets by wider margins. While analysts remain upbeat, their earnings estimates suggest a significant year-over-year decline into the analyst estimates of Q2. That was Q2. Where's the consensus estimates reveal? It says that they are going to post a loss. Is roughly lined up with management's guidance and range approximately flat year over year. Primary reflecting weakness across the client, primarily including CPUs.
Yeah. Okay.
So then,
I know, Dawn, you're trying to get out, right?
Yeah, I got it.
You can go ahead and shut it down.
Huh?
You told me 10 minutes. Yeah, go ahead.
Christina, you need to get some sleep,
do the
girl.
closing.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt. I'm good because I had went on ahead and started watching some of
Tired.
this show because I haven't watched it. Yeah, go get some sleep, baby girl. That was
Cindy, fall
educational,
asleep like
Bruno.
I
I
do.
This is the
love it. I
greatest.
love
This
it
is
when
the
you feel
greatest.
like
can't. Not
out
yet.
Greatest
She's
moment.
froze.
regulator and
She's
stuff like
frozen.
that.
Hold
So,
on.
When Christina has nothing to say, this is great.
Oh, Bruno. Come on, man. Yeah, there you go, Christina.
Cigarette,
Hey,
Christina.
great show again, Dawn. Thank you. Yeah, awesome
you,
as
Bruno,
guys.
it
always.
was nice. I didn't
Bruno.
interrupt you or anything. In fact, I was watching before I even came on. I was watching for a little bit, so I didn't interrupt Bruno. So, see,
Aw.
that was nice to you.
Aw.
See, she was nice to you, Bruno.
Yeah,
What's your deal?
yeah. Look at Bruno. He's searching
Look,
for
we've
something.
turned it on you.
No, I'm looking for something more relevant.
And
These
it's
are
Chris.
like August.
I wasn't that bad, by the
Hey,
way.
hey, Christina, blow some smoke over to Bruno's way.
You want to take a picture, huh? Taking pictures?
No,
It was
I'm done.
pretty good, though.
I'm done.
When your account goes up in smoke.
She just blew right in our face.
Got him.
Right?
There
Are
you
you
go.
vaping or are you smoking?
Which one? Who?
Smoking a cigarette. I don't vape.
What's your
I don't
brand?
vape.
Virginia
Marlboro Light.
Slims.
No, I don't. No.
Virginia Slim.
We had this whole conversation, the same exact thing as back before, or am I just thinking that?
No,
told you,
it's a
somebody had-
distinct
We never
road.
talked
We
about
did. We
I
did.
never-
We started talking about Newports and all that.
I
Your
never,
mother,
I wasn't
your
in
mother,
that.
I
did your,
did?
Dawn, did your mother used to smoke
I don't know.
too? Didn't you say that one time? See, we had this conversation, right? Or I just know that?
Yeah.
No, we did.
Well, I'm not here every
It's
day.
close.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
My cousin and all my aunties smoked them this morning.
All right, Dawn, go ahead, get out of here.
Okay.
All your aunties.
Thank you all.
I love the way you
Yeah.
said that.
I'm addicted to you guys.
Yeah.
I can't even leave.
Smash
Okay.
the like button
Oh,
before you
Tomorrow.
leave.
Tomorrow.
Oh, wait, 90 Day Fiance, is that tonight?
It is.
Yeah.
How's that
Time.
old fart fiance thing going?
What?
The Golden Bachelor. How's that?
You know what? I kind of got bored. I haven't been watching it. I got to catch up on it.
Yeah, I mean, if I
Otherwise,
wanted
I
to
think
have
that was enough.
a whole bunch of old people like
It
hitting
turned.
on
I
each other,
think
I'd
I
go
got
to a
ended up
bar.
getting turned off. You know, I'm like, okay,
Mm.
I'm not really into it. But you know what? I started binging Big Brother.
I used to
Oh.
watch that with my mom. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Big Brother's awesome. I've started binging it because they have Sari on there from Survivor. You know, she was like on Survivor 4 times and like never won. So yeah, it's awesome.
We should pick a non-dating show to watch, and I'd be in on that if you want to do
Survivor. What about Survivor?
You know, it's been so long since I've watched Survivor. Is it a new season?
It is a new season, and it's only about maybe 5 episodes in.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
maybe.
I think I'm gonna set up a
Yeah.
GoFundMe so Ted and Christina can go on a date and we'll record the whole thing.
Will you stop it?
What is up with that? He's upset.
We're gonna record the whole thing.
No, I think you're a lovely person. I'm much older than you, and
said no.
but Bruno seems to have a fascination about you and your.
Christina, go back and watch the replay of the stream. Just watch the replay.
Oh, no. What happened? I missed it.
What I basically said is
Got
that
him.
at the end of the day, all I want to do is relax. 'Cause like my brain is buzzing for the trading, and I'm so impressed with the fact that you're out there running your errands and just go, go, go.
This is what we call in the industry backpedaling.
No, I think that's
Why is
exactly
his
what I
eyes
said,
closed?
Don. Is that not what I said?
Yeah, you guys got
Remember,
You know
these
what,
things
you know
are
what Bruno
recorded.
is?
Bucket, I'm
You
trying,
know what
Bucket.
Bruno is? He's
All
a
right,
shit
guys.
disturber.
Oh, I was
Hey,
doing
Hey,
the backpedal, Don.
Absolutely.
I was doing the
No.
backpedal for Bruno.
the moonwalk.
What?
You know, I think this whole
Oh.
moderator thing, you need to listen to what moderate means. What is a moderator supposed to do? You're not
means
So what you're
supposed
Christina,
saying is,
mute,
so what you're
mute,
saying is
instigate.
when you
mute,
go
You're
on
not
the
an
Christina.
tangents,
instigator.
when you
You
go on
are
the
a
tangents on the Zoom
moderator.
call, I'm supposed to jump in and moderate it,
Nope.
correct?
No, you're supposed to instigate, right?
When you start talking about unicorns and rainbows, I'm supposed to jump in and stop, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Uh-huh.
I
Unicorns
thought
and
Cody was talking
And
about
by
me
the
till
way,
he
I
said
backed you up
unicorns and rainbows.
100%
That's
when they were
definitely
starting
not
to go
me. I don't
off.
unicorns
talk about
and
that stuff.
rainbows. I remember that. I remember that conversation.
Was I talking
I
about
thought he was
unicorns
talking about
today?
me. But when he said unicorns and rainbows,
No, but
I
they're
was like,
talking about Tommy
not my
guns.
conversation.
I was typing in the chat what stock is Tommy guns allocated to, and then I stopped, and then they switched the conversation. I'm like, okay, let me delete that. And I just backed it up.
We can
Smith
self-moderate
and West.
I was ready to hit enter, but like, what stock are we talking about? Tommy guns, is that a stock or?
No, it
Yep,
was
Smith and
basically the
West.
Cybertruck was shot up with a Tommy gun as evidence that it's bulletproof.
I saw
And
the
that's-
post. I saw the picture.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Damn, they even still make Tommy guns?
Right. That's
Wasn't
what I
that
was
back in the
saying.
day?
I was saying
gangster
it
shit?
sounded like Al Capone.
Yeah.
Yes, hey, I'm gonna blow up your Cybertruck. Yes, hey. All right, guys.
My little friend. I gotta go buy
Okay,
a
and on
gun.
that note, I love y'all. Have a great night. I'm out.
All right.
Peace out, people.
Thanks.
See y'all tomorrow.
Good night, everyone.
Get some sleep, Christina.
tomorrow.
You look
Bye, Christina.
exhausted.
I will.
Yes,
I'm
some
going to
sleep.
see my
Bye-bye, guys.
grandbaby now.
Don, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Are
You're
you gonna do
welcome.
the
Hey.
closing credits?
Yes, well, the closing intro.
Da, 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 da.
On that note,